Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shifting Narratives, which we don't say the show name much often because we kind of named it after literally already going for years. It's just
Yeah.
us.
Hmm.
Yes.
Um,
Shifting narratives. We have a name.
we have a name.
It's listed.
Yep. I'm sure we mentioned it like maybe once when we were doing
Maybe.
all of Dungeon World 2 for months.
Yeah.
I think when we came up with the name, we we said it
Mhm.
once and then never again.
We're taking a look at Daggerheart.
Yep. It's this one.
Ooh,
Yep.
physical
Yes.
media.
Physical media.
How
Yes.
quaint.
I own too many physical medias.
Mm.
Hmm.
As the
Um,
zoomer of the group, that is very old school.
yes.
I'm barely a zoomer.
I'm not that much older than you. I'm like 8 months older than you.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that much.
Now I feel ancient.
Anyway, we're looking at Daggerheart. It is I want to say Critical Role, but it's not because that's a different legal entity.
Darrington
This
Press.
This is the
Yes.
the spin-off legal entity, Darrington Press,
Mm,
the game publishing arm.
yes.
It is so corporate, and I'm just gonna say that at the top. Um, that's it's a good thing because it means there's support and documentation, and the books are nice and well put together and published neatly, and not by random idiots on the internet. But playing it online weirdly difficult with
Yeah.
corporate interest. We are going to do our best. There's a couple things I wanted to check at the top. We have already our standard what's it called? Session zero stuff where we've done this enough times that we have a standard list of do's and don'ts. The lines and veils. There's nothing specific.
yeah.
This is a generic fantasy game, and I don't foresee any new uncovered issues coming up with this game for my perusing.
Yeah.
Same lines as veils as normal.
Yeah,
Unless you're
there's
really not
like,
into frogs.
There's not
Frogs
like a
are very
chi-
part of
yeah.
the thing.
There's not like a child murder stat or anything that we need to
Mhm.
adjust our general rules for. So I think we should be good. Yeah, I don't know. Some games have horror mechanics and stuff, and if
I mean, fair.
you have lines and veils about horror, that would be the time that you discuss how those get changed, so as to not totally render 50% of the game unplayable. Because in that case, we would just do something different. But for my perusing, there should be nothing that should come up with that. But just putting it out there, if there is something, say something, we will adjust. But like I said, there's nothing specifically different from a standard Pathfinder D&D fantasy-esque pseudo medieval with magic and less weird medieval dirty people stuff. By that I mean normal modern bathing practices. I do think are listed in the core world of this game in a way that they aren't in the real world. They have all those lines about you only bathe a couple times a year and stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about history. This game doesn't include any of that. What is this world, though? Yeah, generic fantasy world. There are classes and subclasses and character ancestries, which is the kind of magical person you are. There is a lot of them. Less than Pathfinder. So that's another important point. And then the last thing after ancestry class is your community, which is the where you're born life path from Burning Wheel. There is highborn, lowerborn, orderborn, so on and so forth. They all end in born. And the prefix describes, are you a child of crime? There's a crime child one. There's a rich snob child one. There's an underground child one.
Ooh,
There's a lost
Lowborn.
child one and a harsh environment child one.
Yep.
And there's also a nerd one. There's Orderborn if you want to be a square. It's like you're born into law. Like that's really the lamest
Excuse
option.
me. According to subsection B, paragraphs.
You can't park in front of the fire hydrant. Like,
Don't make me get out my Rolls Paladin shirt I got for Christmas.
yeah. And then another inherent part of your character that I want to talk about at the top that I found super interesting is the different character classes. So there's like a wheel of magic, right? Think of the like magic color wheel. This game has a similar one. I'm trying to find the picture of it. But your classes exist as an intersection between 2 points on the magic color wheel. So sorcerers and rogues will have overlapping skills as a result, because they both have access to the midnight point on the like magic color wheel. Ah,
Okay.
here it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Magic wheel.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's points. Classes that exist in between 2 of the points.
So classes are pointless.
Yeah, the
They are
yes, the
between
classes
the
are pointless. Between the points, so you have 2. They're called domains. So each class has 2 domains that are just based on where you fall on the rotation. So if you're looking for so Ranger and Druid share the Sage domain, which is where all of the like nature powers exist.
Mm-hmm.
And as you level up in your things, you get the other cool part about this game is like ability cards. For like I say cool as in like game mechanic cool is that there is character chunks that you plug into your sheet, and if you're playing in person, they're conveniently can be made card shaped.
Okay.
Excellent.
But so there is cool overlap, which is important when you're thinking about characters, because like if one person wants to be a wizard and there's only 3 of us, 3 characters, we probably shouldn't have 2 wizards. But if you want overlapping powers with the wizard,
You could be a
wizards
seraph
have-
or a bard.
yeah, seraph or bards both have what is the splendor?
Yeah,
or
seraph has
codex
splendor,
powers.
bard has codex.
Yeah. So anyway, you can slightly diversify if someone else has like the specific class you want. It makes it easy to take a step to the left in the direction that you're more interested in going to keep things fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as what we're actually doing, we have 2 choices. We can either A, do the quick start adventure, which I do have like the standard built-in game quick start adventure. We can do that and then spin off from there to see for as long as we want it to play. Or we can go through there the game does also have a built-in they call it a campaign frame. So like in Burning Wheel parlance again, like a mini campaign burner. To start up an inciting incident and how your characters relate to the starting incident and things like that. If we wanted to it's really how much of the GM stuff do we want to explore in this game is the question I'm asking. We want to skip the GME setup stuff and do the quick start adventure and then just spiral out from there, or do we want to take a step back from that and do the full session 0E campaign frame is in the parlance of Daggerheart.
I think
setup.
the person who gets most say about that would probably be you as a GM, because it's how much work do you want to do?
Yeah.
I like the idea of not doing the starter, but at the same time, I'm very certain that I am not going to have a character I'm fully happy with at the end of the session unless it is a lot more character light than I think it is, because I will probably spend hours staring at this, making sure that I've been maxed everything properly. So
Yeah, I mean, luckily, from go making a couple characters already, it does seem like min-maxing isn't really possible. Um,
yes.
yeah,
Marissa's out.
yeah. There's a couple incorrect character choices you can make that I feel as if not they're not incorrect, as in like bad
Yeah.
wrong, but like if you choose a wizard and you don't put your highest stat in the one that shoots wizard bolts, like you're gonna have a harder time playing a wizard and should probably
Yeah, the wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to play a wizard, put a high number in the wizard stat.
But there's
yeah
not a lot of choices that are finicky and going to change,
no
this
like
has a
and
cool intersection with this thing.
yeah, this is a much if we're comparing it to other I'm just gonna call them 5 point like next gen D&D games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we're comparing it to like that, it has more of a powered by the apocalypse stats. You have like 1+2, 2+1s, a 0 and a -1.
Okay, literally,
Okay.
that's the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
if you're like a wizard, or a fighter, you're gonna put your +2 in your sword stat. If you're and so on and so forth. If you're a bard, you're gonna put your +2 in your singing stat. Like, and those are kind of like, so yes, there's a room to make a suboptimal choice there,
Mm.
but it's pretty obvious that that's a suboptimal choice, and it doesn't take much finicking to like get the correct answer to be as effective as you want. Um, there's a decent amount of fill in the blank question parts.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
that are
Yeah.
more just about like the conversation of the character as opposed to picking a specific thing. Like you get two, we're gonna call them, I think they're called experiences. Um, and for Bill Zample, our example character,
Mm-hmm.
um, his two experiences are mystery meat expert and sleepy boy. So whenever I
Hmm.
roll, if either of those two are relevant, I can spend a hope to add my experience bonus to sleeping or identifying mystery meat, or whatever I can shoehorn those examples in. But I could write what my experiences were. You just had to list two relevant experiences.
Okay, makes sense.
So that's what I mean, that there's not much min-maxing in the like finicky character parts.
Okay. As for the starter adventure or the one that takes a lot of effort out of you, which would you like?
Um, really, it just means we're going to wrap up faster today if we pick the campaign frame one, because we will talk about the campaign startup, what our inciting incident is, and maybe talk about the characters a little bit, and then when we come back, I will have written a like
Yeah.
intro scenario, like gotten
Mhm.
set up. Either way, we'll go through character creation and talk about some like general game mechanics and such.
Hmm.
Then do we want to do character creation before we make the decision?
I think we should
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, no, totally. We can start
Yeah.
working on characters.
Okay.
Do we want our characters to drive the narrative, or do we want the narrative to derive what characters we should play?
How what is like, since we haven't decided yet, and the open-ended campaign frame presumably will be character driven. How character driven is the pre-made adventure?
The pre-made adventure is, it's called Sablewood Messengers. Um, you're set to a small village with a magic problem, needing to like talk to someone.
Okay.
Like it's a pretty D&D adventure.
Like, you're given a task, but we can figure out how to actually do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're given a task and a direction, and there will be preset obstacles following the directions to get to task, and then it'll from there it'll spiral out into like a standard like campaign. Um, Pretty easy to adjust to. Like this game is set around the fact they have 12 different character races, so like the quick start adventure and the like campaign frame setup that they have, which is what they call like the starting thing. Are pretty flexible and including other like character races. Um, So we're gonna get, if we want, I think you're right, we should start with characters, and then when we get to the end of characters, maybe we'll hold off on answering the last couple like character questions till we decide what we want to do campaign wise, and then use the last couple character bits to tie us in, like our character relationship questions and stuff. We'll have
All right.
to tie in.
Do we have any people who are feeling a certain type of character class?
Yeah, let's. Where's
Yeah.
character creation?
I'm seeing
Step
9
one
classes here.
is choose a class.
I'm between two.
Yeah.
Which ones are you looking at?
Just for the list, there are bards, druids, guardians, which are fighter in armor. We have rangers, rogues, seraphs, not an angel.
Clerics. They're basically
Seraphs are
clerics.
like basically like
Definitely not a
cleric-y
paladin.
paladin. Yeah.
Yeah, they're somewhere between a cleric and a paladin. There's sorcerers, warriors, and wizards.
No monks.
No monks.
No monks.
Each of the classes have 2 subclasses built into the book. For example, the bard can be the troubadour who plays music to bolster your allies, or a wordsmith to use clever wordplay and captivate crowds. So they each have kind of like a dichotomy one. Wizards are knowledge or war, like school of war, school of knowledge kind of deal. Rangers are you're alone in the woods or you have a pet bear. Like,
Yeah.
pretty standardy stuff.
The reason I want to go Seraph is like what I'm leaning toward is because you get Divine Wielder, which is if you want to dominate the battlefield with a legendary weapon, or Winged Sentinel, if you want to sprout wings and fly around. It's crazy.
Nice.
I'm just looking at the hope features and class feats because those are the easy things for me to see. And with that, I'm between ranger and sorcerer, leaning ranger.
Okay. Well, if we have someone, I don't know how much it matters, but if we have a ranger and a seraph, I could be a wizard. I could also be a druid.
You want to? I just want to point out, a wizard overlaps with seraph powers, and a druid would overlap with ranger powers.
What about sorcerer? You could do sorcerer. Or bard. Bard is kind of wizardy.
I'm not interested in bard. I've done enough bard. Let me take a look at the sorcerer subclasses. Elemental origin or primal origin. So, enhance the magic of others. Because I want to avoid the ranger or seraph domains. Is that right?
No, I'm
particularly, but it's hey, look, let's explore fully different types of domains.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's something to be aware of. It's not like picking the same class. It wouldn't be that level of like overlap. And there is choices within domains. Like you get X things to pick from, and you can totally ignore one of your domains and still be a functional character.
I'll be a rogue then. I originally thought rogue might be too similar to ranger, but if they have totally different domains,
rogues have 2 different domains. Like they share nothing with rangers.
Exactly. So,
yeah, Midnight and Grace. I don't see anyone else. Oh wait, Bard has Grace. Okay.
Yeah, everyone. There's always 2 classes per domain and 2 domains per class. So.
Yeah.
I like this circle overlap power thing.
Mm-hmm. I think they also did that because I like paid a little bit of attention when they said they were making Daggerheart. I think they also did that to be like, hey, if you want to make like a custom like class,
you can
just choose 2 domains. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You do Spellblade with
you could do what is it, Codex and Valor
Codex and
for
Body,
Spellblade, or Codex and Blade.
Codex and Blade. There we go. There's your Spellblade. Codex and Blade.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do Seraph. You see, I really like both of these subclasses so much because Divine Wielder is, it lets you when you have an equipped weapon with a range of melee or very close, It can fly from your hand to attack an adversary within close range and then return to you. You can mark a stress to target an additional adversary within range with the same attack roll. And then I get like healing touch. So basically a lightsaber I can throw around,
And you get a lightsaber
or I can fly and
wings.
deal extra damage.
Yeah, or wings. Yeah. Do we have to choose subclasses right away? I think you do.
I think that's the next
looks
step
like
is
the
class
next
then
step.
subclass.
Once you've chosen a class, you also choose a subclass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a
Pick
lot
one
of
the
things where
two.
it's like, I have no idea what these things mean, but okay.
Just pick what sounds cool. Because next we're gonna talk about the 12 different races in this world.
All right. I'm considering. None of us are leaning towards social characters right now, so I might go with
You're the social character.
So I might go with Syndicate then for the rogue. Like,
Okay.
person with a web of contacts. I'm the Blades in the Dark character who's been taken out of there and put in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
I'm just
I'll
gonna
do
go.
Divine Wielder.
I'm gonna. We all knew you were gonna pick lightsaber. Like, I don't know what this whole
I mean,
conversation
Wing of
was.
Sentinel's so cool though. I'm picking Divine Wielder because of the sparing touch, the once per long rest. You can touch a creature, clear 2 hit points or 2 stress. So I'll be the little Healy guy.
And also, somewhat unsurprisingly, I'm going Wayfinder. It has something to do with deadly force of striking and let's hit better. And that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Was debating Beastbound. If I think of an interesting, like, side character, I might.
Yeah. Well, maybe this will inform. So next step is ancestries. There are a lot of them. We're gonna go through them real fast. The first one is Clank. You're a robot. You can be made of anything, and you can look like pretty much anyone, and you get to pick what you're made for.
Ooh.
You're allowed to determine, not allowed, you're required to decide who made you and for what purpose as a Clank. So existential crisis right off the
Built
top
right in.
as a robot. You must declare what your purpose in life is.
Excellent.
Next, we have Dracona. They resemble wingless dragons. They have tails. They're
It's
not as
Dragonborn.
beefy as Dragonborns. There's all of the art I'm looking at has them at less beefy, more like skinny lizard guys.
Okay. So more like if a Dragonborn and a Kobold had a baby.
Yeah, somewhere between Dragonborn and Kobold. Don't worry, you have scales and can breathe fire.
Yep.
Next we have Dwarf. You know, 4.5 feet, live in the mountains, 250 years, has a beard, will punch you.
Mm-hmm.
Dwarf.
We have elves, skinny nerds. Yep. We have
Typical
fairies, weird bug elves. Yep. Yeah, fairies are bug people.
They look cool.
Oh. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are kind of like bug people.
Yeah. They are winged humanoid creatures with insectile features. Yeah. And then we have fawns, which are goat guys from Greek mythology.
Yep.
You have goat
Yeah.
horns, goat feet, goat legs. You will kick a man to death. We have furbolgs, which are cow people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bovine humanoids.
Yep. More people than cow, but cow people nonetheless.
Mhm.
Then we have Fun Grill, which are mushroom people.
Mushroom people.
Hmm.
You have mushroom network powers and corpse powers.
I'm
You can
very tempted
extract
to be.
memory from corpses.
I'm very tempted by this one.
As
I
a
want to be a
standard racial power,
mushroom rogue person.
you could suck the memories out of corpses.
Yeah.
Then we have Galapa, which are anthropomorphic turtles with large dome shells into which they can retract. You're a giant turtle man. And then actually giants is the next one. Giants are cool. As you grow up, you get more eyeballs.
Ooh.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
They're born sightless for a year without any eyeballs.
What is a hit point slot?
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Figure it out later.
Where are you seeing the word hit point
Giant
slot?
Under the giant
ancestry
ancestry
features,
feature.
yeah. You get endurance.
Additional hit point slot.
I'm not 100% what that nomenclature means. We will find out
It means
together.
you are tougher. I don't know exactly how much tougher, but you are tougher.
More tough.
Yep. Yeah, everything else is
So
talking hit
as
points.
giants get older, they get more eyeballs. They start with 0, and then they die with 3. And then we have goblins. Goblins are short, big ears, big eyes. Fun colors.
Perfect.
Nothing about them being weird little evil guys.
Yes.
Good.
What?
Goblins are people. Goblins are
Ooh.
people.
Yes.
Then we have halfling,
Yep.
which are half people.
They're naturally attuned to magnetic fields on the mortal realm with a strong internal compass.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a cool angle, I guess. And then we have humans.
What are those?
I think we're all
Yeah.
familiar with humans.
I'm not aware.
That's fine. Then we have demons. They're called infernies.
Ooh.
They're humanoids with sharp canine teeth, pointed ears, and horns. They are descendants from demons. Because we're talking about demons, there are specific realms, like, in this world. Where is the realm list? There's only 4 that we need to care about. There's the mortal realm. This is Earth. This is where we all live. There's the hollows above. Collection of deific territories.
Oh,
this
so
is
different
each
heavens.
God.
Different heavens.
It is the heavens, plural. There is the circles below, which is the hells, plural.
Right.
And then there is the realms beyond, which is everything else.
Got
It
it.
is intentionally super vague.
There's good away, bad away, and away away.
And then weird away.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
That's straightforward.
Yep. Infernies are descendants of the bad way.
Okay.
Then there's cat people.
Then there's cat boys. Specifically, they're called Katri.
Yeah, Qataris.
Qatari. It's a weird way to spell cat boy. We got orcs. Square jaw, boar-like tusks. Big, mean, and green. But not always green.
All right.
Then there's ribbits. They're frog people. And now I know you're thinking to yourself now, that can't be the last of the races. Don't worry, it's not. Then there's monkeys.
There's monkey people.
The Sibia. If that truly isn't enough races for you, you can pick any 2.
You could mix ancestry.
Yep.
Yes, you could pick any 2. You want to be a robot mushroom, or a frog robot, or a robot demon, or a robot monkey.
Mushroom frog.
A mushroom frog.
Considering mushroom robot. Don't know how that works.
Doesn't matter. You have to tell me how it works.
You see, I could go fairy and get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I was.
Now, if we're talking
Or
about
even
the
if it's
mixed
just half
ancestry,
fairy, you can take just one of the moves from fairy and one of
I
the
could
moves
just
from
take
the other
wings.
thing.
You could just take wings.
Yeah, there is a very specific rule that matters here. If you look at the ancestry listings, they have a top ability and a bottom ability. You cannot have 2 top abilities and 2 bottom abilities. It is one top ability and one bottom ability. So for instance, if you are a elf and a goblin, you can be you can have quick reactions and danger sense, or you can be sure-footed and have celestial trance, but you cannot have quick reactions and sure-footedness.
Got it.
Okay.
Um, Questions, comments, concerns about the ancestries.
I'm going full mushroom. I'm a mushroom person rogue.
Full mushroom rogue.
Yep, I like both of the features. So that's what I'm going with. I'm a
Yeah,
syndicate
pick the
rogue,
fun
so
one.
communicating with across any distance is great. And
Oh, the mushroom mob!
yep,
The
the mushroom mob.
Yes.
Hey, you come to me on the day of my daughter's sprouting.
Yeah, exactly. That is definitely
You
what
know
I'm
what?
picking.
I'm going to be an Infernus orc.
Demon orc.
Yes, a demon orc.
With a
So,
lightsaber.
with a lightsaber. So I'm taking Fearless from the Infernus. So when you roll Fear, you mark 2 stress to change it into a roll with Hope, and then Tusks
Ooh.
from the orc. When you succeed on an attack against a creature within melee range, you can spend a Hope to gore the target with your tusks, dealing an extra 1d6 damage.
Cool.
Nice.
So you have one
Ah.
ability to turn stress into hope, and another ability to turn hope into damage.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. So when things stress you out, you bite them in the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have horns and tusks.
And tusks, yeah.
All right. For the moment, until I learn what some more of these terms mean, we're looking at a clank goblin.
Ooh, Goblin
Ooh.
Clank.
AKA, I liked ignoring disadvantage on agility rolls because I'm a ranger and agility is my highest stat already. And when you take a short rest, you can choose a long rest move instead of a short rest move. And I have no idea how beneficial it is, but it sounds great.
It does sound like a good power.
Now we pick the communities we mentioned, I think.
Yeah, so next one is backgrounds. In this game, backgrounds are referred to as communities. We
Okay.
briefly went over them, but it is where you are from. To quote the book, communities represent the culture or environment your character grew up in. Yeah, each of them get a specific feature. So the Highborn, for example, is the noble, like it's the noble origin. Being part of a highborn community means you're accustomed to a life of elegance, opulence, and prestige. Um, and you get the special power or community feature, is what it's called, privilege. You have advantage on rolls to consort with nobles, negotiate prices, or leverage your reputation to get what you want. Do you know who my daddy is? As a pre-built fate like power, if you are highborn, your daddy will help you with everything with name alone.
Oh, interesting. There's. Oh, okay. Nope, that's just my bad scrolling skills.
I went with the classic Slyborn for the rogue. It's about
So you were
socializing
born
with
with a
other.
crime.
I was born
Ah.
into the mushroom mob.
Mushroom Cry family.
You advantage on negotiating with criminals, detecting lies, or finding a safe place to hide.
Feels useful for my, social rogue.
I am taking Underborn. So
Oh,
So you're an underground demon orc.
yes. I like to imagine that his society, there's like the above ground city and the below ground city, and the people who live in the below place have to guard from shit coming up to get you. So
ah. All
From the
right.
from even further below places.
yes. I'd like to imagine it like the dungeon in Pathfinder 2, where it's every time someone moves up a level, is because someone came from below them to kick them out. See Morlocks, and ghouls, and then the Morlocks also kicked out the pixies or whatever they're called.
Yes.
And
Excellent.
our
And
robot
I
goblin.
I will be going with Wanderborn, I think.
Ooh.
AKA the feature feels like adventuring gear, and randomly getting whatever I want to make a situation work sounds great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you can spend hope to get what you want out of your backpack.
Now we have
I'm
background
kind of
questions, it looks like. At least that's what the character creator has for us. Is that the right order of
Double
things?
check because I'm trying to go the like book order.
Book order,
So
which might be different.
heritage, community. I think there's a couple questions somewhere. I don't know.
Are you talking
yeah,
about the background questions?
the character creator is giving us character information, background questions, and experiences. It looks like they're variable though. Like we can edit what these
We
questions are,
can.
which is
Yes, you can also go back and edit these
Yeah.
later.
In step 6 of the book, the character creator skipped us forward to step 6 of the book, which is create your background, develop your background, answer the background questions in your character guide. I don't know where that is.
Where is Donde está la character guide?
Character guide is a separate printout.
What?
It's a separate printout.
Wouldn't they
Ah.
just be listed under classes?
That's why
Don't feel like-
I have the separate printout.
Cool.
So each
Okay.
class has its own background questions.
Yes.
So the ranger, for example, has a terrible creature hurt your community and you vow to hunt them down. What are they and what unique trait or sign did they leave behind is one of them. So that these are class specific. But even though the character creator is taking us to them now, the book is not. So we'll come back to it later.
yeah,
we can
definitely.
come back to those.
One of my
those are
background
still-
questions makes no sense right now.
You can just put like a little X on there to save the spot so the thing thinks it's playing by the rules.
And then what we're actually supposed to do next looks like it is
Assign character traits.
perfect.
Sure. Yes, definitely didn't do that on the
The
character,
character creator
review.
also
Yep.
had us do that early, so we all did it.
Yep.
Just clicked set to recommended class traits and moved on.
I did not. I was
Exactly.
tweaking. I tweaked mine because my mushroom powers needed me to have a higher stat than one of them.
I mean, I still
So-
don't actually know what these stats do, but
Well, that's what we'll go over now. So, there's no stats. There are character traits.
Yeah, what's a stat?
Each trait has a value that is associated with it that is used as a modifier on your rolls. The traits are agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, and knowledge. Agility is for sprinting, leaping, and maneuvering. Strength is for lift, smash, grapple. Finesse is for control, hide, tinker. Instinct is for perceive, sense, navigate. Presence is charm, perform, deceive. Knowledge is recall, analyze, and comprehend.
okay.
You're going to get 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1s, 2 zeros, and 1 minus 1. I'm assuming the ranger wants presence.
The
Not
ranger
presence.
wants agility.
Instinct.
It put it.
Instinct and agility.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume.
It put my agility at +2, and then my 2 plus 1s and finesse and instinct. So.
Yeah. Finesse is my +2, and then I put +1 for instinct and presence.
And I don't even know. Are you wholly? I'm not really 100%.
I haven't found out yet. So for
Seraph,
mine,
they're
yes.
defined. Our holy demon orc.
It's my agility is 0, my strength is +2, my
Good.
finesse is
That's
0,
what I thought. We have a punch
We have a punch-
character.
Yep.
my instinct is +1, my presence is +1, and my knowledge is -1. So I'm a big dummy.
I don't think any of us are very smart.
Nope,
Who
0.
needs it? Also a 0, I
Not
think.
important.
My -1 is in strength. Just don't hurt me.
Presence.
Okay, we're a good mix of strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay, so evasion is ability to avoid damage. HP is after that. Mine is 6. It's determined by your class. Okay.
Yep. So everyone has
Stress.
HP that is built from there.
Everyone has 6 stress. We all start with 2 hope. Is that each, or I think that's collectively. Isn't hope collective?
No, each.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each. Fear is collective.
Ah.
Fear is game master points.
Fear is
Hope
Malus, basically.
is yes.
Mm.
Hope is player points. And when we're talking about fear and hope, we'll talk about the core game system. So your main roll, instead of rolling a d20, is going to be rolling 2 d12s. One of these d12s is predetermined your hope die, and the other one is your fear die. Whichever number of those two is higher, success, fail on the roll, doesn't matter. Whichever one is higher is determines if you rolled with fear or if you rolled with hope.
Okay.
Can I get laser feelings kind of equivalency? If what happens if they tie?
You know,
Is it like
I don't
fearful hope?
I don't
Fearful hope.
know about the tying. Maybe they should have mentioned I read the hope and fear thing like 4 times. They never I don't remember highs. Alright, I'm trying.
Critical
Anyway,
success and a matching dice. It says.
That's a crit. Okay, that's why it wasn't listed on the normal hope and fear rules. Anyway, every time successors fail, you roll with fear, I get a point that I could use to be mean. Anytime successor fail, you roll with hope, you get a point that you could use for a lot of different things.
Okay, so each die roll does 2 things: currency and actually the roll itself.
Yes.
Okay.
I was mentioning this, for instance, with the Wanderboard Nomadic Pack. That is how you generate hope to use that feature.
Oh, okay.
So when you just roll dice to play, and you keep track as you get points. You start with two hope, and then you generate and spend hope as kind of like a meta currency. Your other meta currency is stress and hit points.
Yeah. And it seems like hit points are pretty low.
I have
Yes.
6. I have the same amount as we did in Dungeon World 2, which is not a good thing.
I have 7 hit points.
Well, it's not a comforting thing. I like that it's not comforting, but yeah.
So I was doing. I'm at the equipment right now.
Equipment is next. I was just going over the like hope and fear because those have been brought up a couple times before.
Mhm.
Everyone starts with 6 stress and a specific amount of hit points per your class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stress is another like meta resource, not super important at level 1. But later when it comes to like your wider range of abilities, there's gonna be more and more things that pull under stress.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah. And the next step is equipment. Um Basically you just pick a weapon. Like they're not even fooling around with the bag of gold part like D&D does, where it's like you should probably get a sword, but we're not gonna make you. This says no. Get a weapon, get a suit of armor, get a couple
You
starting
are an
items.
adventurer. Anyone who didn't have a weapon probably didn't survive being an adventurer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you can either get physical weapons, or if you have a spellcasting trait, a magical weapon. You can either, and those are just like tags on the weapons that just describe how they deal damage.
Okay, and we each start with a tier 1 weapon, it looks like.
Yes, a tier 1 weapon, either physical or magical. They're the thing has all of the options. If you pick a one-handed weapon, you can have a one-handed secondary weapon. So you can have 2 daggers or 1 great sword.
Is the
Excellent.
range the furthest it can do, or are there penalties if you do it closer?
To double check.
Another great question.
These are great questions.
So as a rogue, I have finesse spellcasting, which is interesting. So I'm going to try that.
I
Wait,
have
you have
strength
spellcasting?
spellcasting.
You have strength spell. Okay.
Is it actually spellcasting?
Yeah, where are you
Oh, you
seeing
have to
the
have
spellcasting? Because
you have to
I'd like
have
to
the
know.
right trait. So arcane gauntlets has trait strength on it. Maybe it.
Well, as part of my class, it says I have strength spellcasting.
Yeah.
Where are you seeing this?
Right under
Let's see
class
here.
subclasses.
Yes, subclasses
Oh,
spellcast
subclass.
strength.
I have subclass finesse.
Yes, you have spellcast finesse.
Oh, agility.
So does the Nightwalker. Not the
Spellcast agility. Okay.
Ranger, spellcasting agility. Oh, so it's anything that uses spellcasting. I'm not.
So I was just
Let's see
using
if
the
there's something that makes this
suggested.
make more
Is
sense to
there?
me.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Can I get a returning blade? Spellcast traits. This is every subclass has a spellcast trait. So yeah, that is odd.
Cool.
Because it
But
does specifically
It
say.
requires a spellcast trait. But then, yeah, how does that work with magic items? Unless there's a way to lose
Maximum.
it.
Range is the maximum distance between attacker and their target.
Okay.
Good.
Helping out with a spellcast roll. Spellcast rolls, you use a spellcast trait. Your spellcast trait, if you have one, is determined by your subclass. But does
So it probably depends on the subclass.
I guess not. Yeah, let me go to the warrior and double check it. Maybe it doesn't have one or something like that.
Plus phi is plus physical. Physical is something not strength related, just that we have. What is PHY?
Yeah, the warrior doesn't have a spellcasting trait.
Neither does
and
the
I think.
guardian. So yeah, okay, not everyone has a spellcast trait, just all of us do.
Just all of you do. Okay.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yep. Yeah, returning blade sounds fun. I'm eyeing it.
What is PHY or MAG? Like, what are the things that we're actually
I think those are
adding?
like the type of damage.
Yeah, those are damage types, I assume. I'm looking
But it's
Yeah.
right now.
D6 plus 1 or plus 3 PHY, so I'm curious.
That's the damage.
Oh,
amount?
damage type. Never mind, I've got it.
Okay.
Also, do not worry. It's specific. The not having a number in front of the D6 is on purpose. Because as you level up, you just roll more dice for your damage.
Okay. So I'm just going to use the suggested weapons and armor. So I have a hollowed axe, which is a one-handed strength magic axe.
Yeah, strength magic axe. One-handed.
The other hand, I have a round shield, which I do like how it has a D4 of damage on it, so I can hit people with my shield.
Nice.
And it adds +1 to my armor, and my armor is chainmail armor.
Okay. I'm also, after looking at it all, going with the default weapons. I'm going with a short bow as a ranger and leather armor.
Oh, then you get starting items too. Okay.
Yeah, those I'm looking at. It says that torch, rope, and basic supplies are all required. And then it's giving me a certain number of gold handfuls, which I'll see if I can't spend, because why
Mine
would
is
you just
already
have
at 1.
gold hanging around? Yeah, we don't need gold hanging around. Gold is for spending.
Can a returning blade be like stabbed in melee and thrown? Because I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm switching out. Yeah, I don't need a small dagger. The suggested weapon was small dagger. I change it. I'm getting a returning blade. That sounds fun.
Yep, close means you can throw it a short distance and it'll come back to you, or you can just use it like a regular stabby thing.
Yeah. Oh, and it's one-handed, which means I can also get
a dagger.
Another returning blade.
No, I can't.
A wand.
I
A wand?
I can get a grappler hand crossbow. Can I get a
Ooh.
dagger hand crossbow? No, I'm terrible at agility. I'm
Or a
I'm
whip?
going for finesse, not agility, which
Is
is
a whip
completely different.
finesse?
A whip is
It's presence.
presence. I'm gonna stick with small dagger.
Oh, whip is all vibes? Is that
Whip
what
is
we're
all
saying?
vibes. Yep.
All vibes.
All right.
Is
Perfect.
whip a tier 2 weapon?
No, it's
Yeah,
tier
they're
1.
not under tier ones. Whatever a
Oh,
whip is.
for secondary for me, I could pick a whip. It says
It
tier 1.
shows up. The book says though that
Oh, the book says
book
it's
says
tier
no.
2. Oh.
Well, the book actually doesn't have a whip on it, so it
Oh, you're
It
might
has a
be
right.
just something added
it has
later.
a bladed whip. I
That's
think
tier two.
the
So regular whip is probably fine for tier one.
Okay.
But none of us are presents, are we?
I have
No.
one presence, but no, I'm not
Not
taking
as
a
a
whip.
rating
Negative
thing.
one.
Choose
a
a
rapier
potion.
is also present, by the way.
Choose a potion.
That makes
Interesting.
sense, yeah.
Yeah, choose a potion. You either get a health potion or a stamina potion.
I'm choosing health.
I'll choose stamina then.
Stamina, probably.
And then you get a
Uh,
class item.
I got forgery
Ooh,
tools.
a seemingly broken compass.
I will take a sigil of my god, who I have not
Wow. Mine
figured
is
out yet.
way more useful. I had a choice between a grappling hook and forgery tools.
Jeez. My other choice is a bundle of offerings.
My other
Or
choice was a trophy from my first kill. Yeah.
Wow.
I like the
Yeah.
seemingly broken because then that can do interesting
Oh yeah, you
things.
can full. You. How far did we get into Pirates of the Caribbean 2? That involved a seemingly broken compass.
Oh, I've watched the whole movie at
You
some point.
have? Okay, I know we watched it together once, but never finished it.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm good for equipment then, because I'm
Yep.
doing
I
Gambus
think I'm good
armor,
too.
which is what it recommended.
And now
Can we
we're
just...
on those background questions.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll go back to that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So my background questions definitely require... Are we creating the world, or is the world being created for us? Because...
The world is like half-baked.
Yeah.
Is the
Hmm.
standard way that the game explicitly calls this out. Unlike D&D 5e, which is explicitly set in the Forgotten Realms, the world of Daggerheart is intentionally half-made. So the only facts are the ones that we have encountered about, these are the races of people on this planet. These are the different realms above and below kind of details. But there isn't the world is intentionally half-made to kind of fill in the blanks as we go.
Okay. So if I'm getting a question that's like, you've traveled many dangerous lands, but what's the one place you refuse to go? The answer is, whatever I say is suddenly that one place.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, for Bill Zample, the background questions we had for my example character is, what did you do that made people in your community wary of you? And Bill Zample slept through the bee attacks of last spring. So
Got it.
you can fill them in. And then they get weirder as I read the rest of them. Now that I look back at what I wrote for this meat man.
What my first one is, what did you get caught doing that? What did I get caught doing that got me exiled from my home community? So what got me kicked out of? I have a name, the Mobcilium.
Moms.
Yes. How did you get kicked out of the Bobcilium?
Yep.
Of course.
Oh my god. Does Daggerheart have a list of gods, or do I have to make up a god?
Ooh, that feels like a good question.
Because I looked in the SRD, could not find any gods.
This is deeply unfortunate. I pulled up the index of the book. I only have an index up to
Oh,
letter F.
misprint.
We're talking about book problems. The index goes A, B, C, D, E, F. And
Maybe it's
then
under
there's no...
deity.
Is it under D for deity?
Perfect. So this is I have my first answer. The Mobsilium kicked me out when I stole a memory from the corpse vault. Because
Ooh.
my other ability.
Oh, that's so compelling.
Yep.
The mycelium corpse power is kind of insane.
Yep. And so I'm like, if they have the mob and they have memory stealing corpse powers, A, they probably run most graveyards or try to. B, they
At
probably
least
like
locally.
store the try to like preserve the corpses as dried as they are, and then they can access the memories whenever they need. And I stole a memory.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very compelling. I'm really trying to find if there's gods listed
There,
somewhere
there.
in this
When
book.
I googled it, it said no because it's like part of that like half baked setting thing. So I
Cool.
just have to
Yeah.
make up a god.
Give me your demon orc
Um,
god of worship.
mm,
Well,
I don't
you're
know.
from the underground. Are you on a holy quest for sky or something?
No, I think so. Well, it's what god did you devote yourself to? What incredible feat did they perform for you in a moment of desperation? Um, I'll make up a name later, but I'll say the feat they did was when I had to hold a a tunnel by myself. They gave me many horns and many tusks, like a transformation.
Mm,
So
Excellent.
I could fill the gap myself.
horrifying.
Mhm.
And our robot ranger, a robot goblin.
Roblox Goblin, yep. We're going more Goblin than Ranger than Robot at the moment.
more goblin than robot. Okay, goblin
Yeah.
bot.
I've got 3 questions. I don't have any answers yet. Terrible creature hurts your community and you vowed to hunt them down. What are they and what unique trail or sign do they leave behind? I'm leaning towards either a slime or a tribble or something of both. Just the vast amount of multiplication there is interesting.
Uh, I mean, I'm sure there's slimes, right? There's gotta be slimes.
Yeah.
Who would
Obvious.
write a game without slime?
Of course.
Here we go. We have green ooze, tiny
Ooh.
green ooze, red ooze, tiny red ooze.
Perfect.
I have
I'm sure as I
decided,
get to the tier 2 adversary, we get bigger oozes.
yeah, I'm definitely going with oozes now because I've just realized I've managed to pick a favored enemy essentially that I can't effectively do anything against with an arrow. Great. So I
Sick.
kind of approve of that.
Cool. So, ooze and ooze. What was the question?
So a terrible creature hurt your community and you vowed to hunt them down. What were they and what unique trail or sign do they leave behind? And the answer was just an ooze community. They essentially will leave behind some pretty obvious ooze trails. But I very much think that these are you hit them, they multiply levels of if they're not put down immediately, you have bunches of oozes. Congratulations.
Cool. Right. Um. Any other comments, questions, concerns about your
Not right now.
questions?
I
Um,
mean, the fact that we've got 2 more
Yeah, we
questions,
have two
but
more.
I'm happy to
Yeah.
ignore them for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have one to work on. If anyone has any that, like, jump out as a
Mhm.
Yeah.
answer or
Um,
something to discuss.
I think, okay, I've named my god.
Ooh.
My god is Eternus, the Forever Guardian.
Okay.
Nice.
Really
This
on
is
the nose, God.
some
God protecting.
Cthulhu-esque being is what I'm thinking.
Beyond the being, like beyond time or
Oh,
something.
from the a being in the realms beyond.
Yes, a being in the realms beyond.
Well, it is still a god because you're specifically a divine soldier or
Yes.
whatever.
hmm
So a
They are the
god
god that
lost in the realms.
guards between the things from beyond.
Ooh, the god that guards the realms beyond.
Yes.
So there's a giant octopus up there just fighting like warp demons and shit.
No, I imagine it's not an octopus thing. It's more like instead of like the Cthulhu like tentacles, it's all like teeth and like horns and like
Hmm.
tusks.
There's a ball of teeth in space protecting
Yes.
the... That's better. You're right. That's so much better than an octopus. Cool. So you worship a giant ball of teeth in space?
Yep. And that actually helps. My second background question is, how did your appearance change after taking your oath? My horns and tusks grew 3 sizes that day. Is what I'm saying.
Amazing.
So just absolutely
They're just
massive
like,
horns
and then like,
and like ram horns that make doorways impossible.
I'm thinking
Mhm.
Dragon Age, Inquisition, Kunari, where it's just like half their head is big horns.
Let me double check, but probably. Yes, exactly. Like if they had like 1 curl before, they have gained 3 more curls.
Sick.
Okay. I've actually got the second to my question, but I'm here. Do we have anything more for the mycelium?
So I answered my questions. I hope it's not too silly.
I think that ship has
The
sailed.
first question
With
is:
our
you
teeth
used to have a different
fall.
life, but you tried to leave it behind. Who from your past is still chasing you? My sibling. So the head of the mobcilium is the King Oyster. That's the title name.
King
Seems right.
Oyster?
King Oyster
Yep.
Mushroom, after Kingpin. My sibling is the King Oyster's head enforcer. They took my betrayal personally.
Nice.
Mushroom Bob is so silly. It came together so fast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just like grow under the surface of every community. They're always listening. They always just kind of like literally will live under your porch, and then if you betray them, they'll just get up and kill you. It's kind of terrifying if you really think about it.
The saying, if I was a fly on the wall in this world, is if I was a spore on the wall.
Yeah. If I was a spore in your lungs.
Yep.
The spore in your lungs.
My third question: who from your past were you most sad to say goodbye to? The King Oyster's daughter inspired me to be a better person when we were secretly together. One day she hopes to do the same and escape from her father's thumb. I guess actually, a King Oyster doesn't have to be a father, despite the name. That's just the title.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool. A touching Romeo and Juliet story in the works. But
Hopefully
you know,
not.
not
I hope
sure.
that's not how it ends.
I mean, forbidden romance of Mob Mushroom's daughter.
Yeah. Classic stuff.
So I've got your first kill almost killed you too. What was it, and what part of you was never the same after that event? I think that my friend, we're Goblin Society. We've got lots of different explorer or lots of different inventors and whatnot. They made themselves a robot in order to protect their lab. They were tinkering a bunch of stuff in there. For some
Oh, so
reason,
so you're saying there's cyborg goblins? Like
Oh!
your tribe is intentionally adding robot parts.
Not necessarily intentionally. She was using a robot to protect her lab, where she was definitely not making oozes. But as for the, your first kill was that robot, it almost killed me too. What part of you was changed by it? I may have lost an arm and a leg and replaced it with the robot parts. So there is how we have the cyber.
So you're not a natural born Clank. You were born
No.
full goblin and acquired your Clank heritage through
The
combat.
robot itself, how sentient look into Clanks, it was or was not before. how well integrated it is with me is up for debate.
Clanks are people. They are sentient peoples.
If you have spare arms and legs, are they still sentient people? Those arms and legs.
No, I don't think they are. I don't think the spare bits are. I think
Typically,
it's
no.
more of the,
It's like
They-
technically an octopus, like in an octopus tentacle, it's like a brain, right? But
Yeah,
you wouldn't cut off a tentacle and say this is an octopus.
yeah. So yeah, there's some debatably, I guess, unethical things going on there, but they were very much dead. And wait, I killed a sentient person as the first thing.
Yep.
You killed a person, yes. The question was what killed you, and you said a person, and then
Yep.
you stole their limbs.
Yep, it's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
and here I thought I was going less dark with robots.
No,
Oh wait, that's
war,
Clank.
warbot.
Well, I have my last question.
Yeah, hit us.
Do you have another question, Mercer, or was that it?
I do, but I don't have answers to it yet. So
Okay,
please
cool.
go ahead.
We can circle
Mine's
back
a
to
weird.
them if you.
My last question is a weird one. In what strange or unique way do you communicate with your god? I sacrifice the shedding of my horns to the flame. The crackle speaks to me.
Gross.
Cool.
Nice.
My horn shed, I throw those into the fire, and the crackle is what my god says.
Nice.
All right. You've traveled many dangerous lands, but what is the one place you refuse to go? And unless this completely messes up the story, my answer is underground. It sounds like a horrific place, you guys. Your stories are not making it any better. Yeah, I stopped this from the collapse. My god had to save me. Oh, yeah, no, it's just a huge mob collective. I'm good, thank you.
Well, note how they're both upstairs now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that is background.
Mhm.
The next one is experiences. This is a real open-ended question. You
Sounds
have
like
two.
fate aspects. It reminds me of.
Yes, they're very fate aspecty. Examples include backgrounds. This is different from heritage and like questions or whatever. So like if you are a circus performer or a thief or a world traveler or a ninja, like an American Ninja Warrior, you can put that as one of your experiences. Other examples include characteristics. So, like, sticky fingers, young and naive, lone wolf, looking at you, tooth orc.
I'm not a
Your-
lone
I was gonna
wolf.
say
Let's
any
be
of
clear.
us.
your favorite option. Others are specialties like gambler, healer, tactician, swashbuckler. Just straight up a skill, or a clever phrase like "no one left behind." Pick on someone your own size. Wolf in wolf's clothing.
Wolf in wolf's clothing, so funny.
So we're not
Oh,
actually
wolf in
like
sheep's clothing.
negative things here.
No, these are bonuses, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are bonuses. The way that you use experiences, by default, you get a +2 for using your experience if it's relevant. To use it, you spend a hope.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you are like worried about like I don't know how to, so this is a good place to round out your skills.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like I really want my, yeah. For instance, yeah, I told you what Bill Zample's experiences are, mystery meat expert. So if I'm in a butcher shop, I can add +3 to meat detection.
Okay. Because I had two ideas for experiences, but I feel like I need to round out my dumbness.
So a phrase might be good for you.
Yeah, because I feel like the phrase, I have a phrase and like, I think it's a characteristic I would probably describe it as. Right now I have hold the line and stalwart.
Those feel overlapping.
Hmm. I think I'll do hold the line and something else. Because I like hold the line.
That's a good one, yes.
I feel like I want to do hold the line and smarter than I look.
Good. Do it. Perfect. If you want to be secret, which is good if you have negative intelligence, because it means that you have a +2 you can pull out whenever you want to look smart. So that equates to like a +1 on the roll.
Yeah.
But like whenever you want to look smart, you have a button you can push where it's like, no, we're not being stupid for this one. Smart mode activate.
I'm just imagining like someone seeing this like devil looking person who's also part orc that has like huge horns and massive tusks, and they go, well, yes, the circumference of the earth is this. Like, wow.
Excellent.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's a
doing that.
cool button to like single-handedly like, but that only works if people think you're stupid. You only get your smart powers if people think you're
I
stupid,
do look stupid. Let's be clear.
which is good. Which is good, but like if you're acting smart, I'm not gonna let you use your smarter than I look power.
That is fair.
Hmm.
There are rules about changing your experience as you like grow and gain levels as a character. So these aren't super like locked in stone.
Okay. I think I'm gonna choose fast talk and thin and spindly as my two.
Mm.
All right.
I'm looking at experimental concoctions, and the second one feels too generic, but Hunter?
Cool. No, Hunter's great.
Okay.
It's a thing that you are on like people think you're good at because you're a ranger, but this like sets it up for like
Solidifies it.
you can prove that you're a good hunter. You don't need to. It's not like you know fighter fails the arm wrestle contest kind of
Yes.
situation. You have the an ace up your sleeve where it's like you could always pull out the +2 to hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's something I like, so.
Yeah, cool. Those are experiences. Next up are the domain cards. You get two. These are basically spells and powers. Um, you get two.
Aha. Can
They
they
can
be
either be
from
for. They can be from
either?
either this. Yeah, either or both. Like you can have
It doesn't have to be from
just
one or each
mid.
side. It can be okay.
No, it
Yeah,
could be for both.
And since none of us
yeah. It could be.
share, I know in chat, Travis mentioned that if you only have one set of cards, you gotta kind of divvy them up specifically if you're in person. But digitally, we're fine.
Digitally, we're fine. Um, but yeah. So you get I think four options and you pick two, 4 to 6. I don't remember exactly.
You get like 6 and pick 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
6 and pick 2.
each domain has 3 tier 1 option cards. Um, you have a list of 6 to pick from. Some of these cards. Oh, here's the domain list. Some of these powers rely on hope. Some of them rely on stress. Um,
Hmm.
there is a recall feature that is mostly used when you have you can only have so many of these domain cards in your hand, basically, like during a session.
5, I think, is what
And
it is by default, right?
yeah, you can have 5 cards. There are a recall cost on the cards, which are used to like that is the stress you pay to mid-session like swap out the cards in your hand.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
So doesn't super matter at level 1, but when you start picking up more cards, like more domain powers, um, it is something to keep in mind. That like if there's something you want to keep in your back pocket but not have your main kit, that's where like higher or lower recall costs like really start to
Okay.
matter.
I have picked my 2 cards.
Me as well.
I have as well.
Cool. So what domains did y'all pick from?
I chose one from Splendor and one from Valor.
One bone, one sage.
One midnight
Ooh.
and one grace.
Nice.
And I think
So
I
yeah,
might go back and redo one of my questions later because of it. One of my experiences, but yeah, that's fine.
cool. Yeah. Any highlights that anyone wants to share?
So for Splendor, I took Bolt Beacon, which is make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, spend a hope to send a bolt of shimmering light toward them, dealing 8 plus or D8 plus 2 magic damage using your proficiency. The target becomes temporarily vulnerable and glows brightly until the condition is cleared. I think this is basically just like guiding bolt.
Yeah, you have a divine beam that you can send forth into your enemies.
Yeah.
Um,
And then for Valor, I have I am your shield. When an ally within very close range would take damage, you can mark a stress to stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack instead. When you take damage from the attack, you can mark any number of armor slots.
Sweet.
cool.
Mine were pretty simple. Pick and pull from midnight. You advantage on action rolls to pick non-magical locks, to disarm non-magical traps, or steal items from a target through stealth or force. So do rogue stuff. Get bonuses to it. From Grace, I chose Deft Deceiver. Spend a hope to gain advantage on a roll to deceive or trick someone into believing a lie you tell them. So do rogue stuff.
Do rogue things, yes.
Fair enough, yeah. I've got I see it coming. When you're targeted by a melee attack made from beyond melee range, I can mark a stress to roll a d4 and gain bonus to your evasion to not get hit.
That's
And
bone.
that's from Bone, yep. And from Sage, we've got Vicious Entangle. Make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground, dealing 1d8 plus 1 physical damage and temporarily restraining the target. Additionally, on a success, you can spend a hope to temporarily restrain another adversary within very close range of your target. So,
Cool.
keep things at distance. Thank you. I have a bow.
And shoot them a bunch, yes. All right. That is. I lost my spot. It's the thing where you're flipping through a book too much. That is domain cards. We're almost finished. We are on last step, step 9. Create your connections.
Oh.
I don't know if they have like a thing. I think you hit finalize character at that
Yeah.
point.
We finalize
Um,
character, and then I think we do it after. No, I
Yeah.
think
Okay,
just
character. Ooh. And now I see a beautiful screen.
I see
Yes.
my
Yes.
notes.
On your character
Oh,
sheet, it should
connections.
be
I
on
see it.
the right-hand side. Connections.
Yep.
Yes,
This
on the
is
bottom.
the like inter-character party thing. So I think this is where we revisit the question about whether or not we want to set up a campaign frame, which would be the other setup thing. Campaign frames are this is the mechanic this game is using for a like guided campaign burner. So there's a couple examples in the book. Each campaign frame includes like a complexity rating, code and field notes, a couple like locations and major players that are involved, and like a pitch for the campaign and an inciting incident, and then doesn't give you anything for like adventures or anything after that. It's just kind of like free play from there. So it
Okay.
just is a lot of setup for an inciting incident. The game book itself includes a couple pre-built campaign frames. So if we were going to pick that option, I would probably want us to pick one of the like pre-built campaign frames,
Mhm.
just so we could like fully utilize the like material the game is giving us.
Yeah.
Those are the Wither Wild. When an invading nation attacks an ancient forest deity, a virulent overgrowth spreads throughout the land. Um, that's the first one. When we also
Okay.
have, I'm gonna read a couple of them. There's like 5 in the book, I think. Yeah. 5 Banners Burning is the other one. long brewing tensions between rival nations boil over, threatening all-out war. We have Beast Feast. When a small village's monster defense system fails, local heroes must venture into the endless caverns below to fix it and cook up trouble for the creatures that stand in their way. I don't think our goblin bot wants to descend down below, so we're probably
Yeah, but
not gonna
Marissa
do.
really does.
Probably not gonna
Marissa's
do
liking that one best so far.
I like how that sounds like an anime. Like
It
you have
literally
to like
just
go
sounds
down
like
into the depths, kill things, and then eat them. That's
it's
what you
delicious
have
in
to
dungeon.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. We have the Age of Umbra in a dying world immersed in relentless shadow, nightmarish monsters. Small communities hold fast to the light, hoping those who endure can find a way to save this broken realm before all is lost to darkness. That feels a lot more intense than Beast Feast.
Yeah.
I think there's Motherboard. In a world where magic takes the form of technology left behind by a long fallen civilization, a new threat rises as a malicious virus spread through the machines that wander the wastes. I think that's
I'm interested in that one or the very first one of like war creating this weird infection.
For
with the
me, the
Wither
last
Wilds.
one or the third one. Or sorry, the last one or the third one, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mentioned the Wither Wilds. Marissa, you're interested in the last one or the underground one?
Yeah.
I
um,
kind of like the underground one or
there
the
is
last
there
one.
is there is
Okay, we
one
all
more
said
that I
yes.
do
Oh
need.
wait, there's one
Three
more.
of
I
us
thought
One
that
did
we
the
were
more.
done.
last one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, I'm also pro Beast Feast. Just putting that out there. I do want to read the last one though. Um, Making sure it is the last one. Yeah, Colossus of the Drylands, a a prosperous region of gunslingers and outlaws has fallen into terror as colossal creatures awaken from beneath the earth. Giant robots emerge from the ground and fight in the wild, wild west.
That's kind of
That's
great.
all. Don't. I barely need to tweak my
Last
character to
two.
fit the Wild West. I
Last
think
two then are my biggest votes.
I'm good with the last two or the first one. Yeah.
All right, I guess we're doing the Wild West.
I will say, the first one is complexity rating 1.
Oh, there's
The last
complexity
one,
ratings. Okay.
there's complexity ratings.
Cool.
The last one is complexity rating 4.
Ooh, okay. What's Beast Feast? What's that
2.
complexity
Beast
rating?
Feast is a 2.
Maybe we keep it simple.
What does
It's just
complexity
how
ratings
wacky and
actually
wild
mean?
you want to get. Dusty giant robot.
Is it like how hard it is for the GM, or is it?
I
something
don't know. It just says complexity rating. I'm just trying to be transparent.
Let me look and see if Google says anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right now. At least, I mean, Google's become terrible, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Complexity rating indicates how much its mechanics deviate from or expand upon the core rule set. Okay, so complexity rating is how many
Oh.
custom moves there are, basically.
Then we
Yeah.
probably should not do the 4-1 simply because if we're trying to do the game as written-ish, deviating from the rule set can be problematic.
All of these are listed in the core book.
Yeah, I
ones
think
read
4
out.
still might be relative. Like,
4 might be relative. I am leaning smaller on the complexity rating, just so I don't fry my brain too hard with the game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Personally, I am leading Witherwild and Beast Feast for those reasons specifically. They seem a little bit simpler fantasy-wise to like shoehorn in. Those are the campaign frames. Those are going to take a little bit of work to like.
turn it into
We'll
a
go
campaign,
through
yeah.
turn into a campaign. And then the other option is we start with Sablewood Messengers, the like intro adventure, and then spiral outwards from there. That one, as I described, is a like problem in the woods you're sent to go deal with.
I feel like campaign frame might be the more fun
They've
version.
grabbed our
if
interest,
we're
I
okay.
think, once we've read them out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we want to take a short break here, and we'll come back and we'll talk about either
Well,
I'm pro Beast Feast, and I think other people were
I like it.
also
I'm
pro
for
the
it.
I'm okay with
concept of
it.
like
I
a
need to
small
figure out
village is
how I would get a socialite to kill monsters, but yes, I'm good too.
You left your mobster family to start a restaurant business. And you have to go and delve the dungeon
I'm
to
rewriting my
get
character about that. Yep, I'm now a mushroom person chef. I just want to Yep.
mushroom restaurateur.
Sure.
But this is why
Amazing.
this is why I wanted to talk about this before we like put the like final nails in on doing our
Right.
characters.
And that,
Yeah,
might make it so that underground is not the one place I'm absolutely unwilling to go. Yeah,
yeah,
just thinking.
cool. So we'll take our short break here, come back, and we'll go over the Beast Feast campaign frame.
Sounds good.
Perfect. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Cool.
We are back with part 2 of session 0 of Daggerheart. This game is already completely insane, as is normal for us.
And we've not even deviated from the rules, though. I just need to make this
This
very
is
clear.
true. The
This
rules
isn't
actually are
me.
guiding us towards the insanity instead of
Yeah,
us pulling it.
yeah. Normally, I have to say some absurd thing and make a nonsense character that's only vaguely in the rules. This is
Mhm.
explicitly telling us you can be two magic monsters at once. Yes, you must then tell the game master how that makes sense. There
Yep.
is no list of deities, so ball of teeth that protects the divine realm from the void beyond is good. It's what the game
Yeah.
wants you to be worshipping.
Yeah.
And as we were saying previously before the break, we are going to be playing with their campaign frame feature, which is a technology in which we set up the campaign. We with a like predetermined list of like vague. So this is like a prepackaged list of alterations to the main game that include a setup to a like inciting incident so we can then spiral outwards towards a campaign. Um Now upon further review, Beast Feast is a little bit sillier than the one sentence pitch suggested. If it is too silly, we can we can do a different one.
Okay, I'd be interested to hear what this silliness goes to.
I was
As
gonna
far as
say.
rules, as far as yeah, so the specific points that I wanted to bring up, um, but we'll just go through it. There is an overview. Um, So we're gonna read that out real fast. Long ago, within the, do we need to read the whole? I should. You know what?
Bring it.
Is I'm trying to figure out the best way to send you all this information without reading 4 pages.
Oh,
Oh,
it's 4
oh,
pages.
okay. I thought it was like 2 paragraphs.
Mm.
No, it's a bit much for me just to like read verbatim. Um,
I want story time though.
yeah, I don't think I'm prepared to read this much aloud styles. Um, so I will be, what's the word? Snipping it and sending you a
Yeah,
picture on
we'll
Discord.
be getting homework to read up. We're getting a reading assignment.
um, this is the overview. It's not that much. It's copy. There's the like lead up overview. The main crux of the overview here is that long ago a mage cast a spell the within the heart of a local cave system, creating a magical thing that draws in dangerous creatures from the surrounding area into the cave. Um, this has led to the villages around here being peaceful.
Okay.
the caves are filled with monsters.
Mhm.
So the rustic village and the area around it is filled with bakers and weavers and farmers. Less of a, less Baldur's
There's
Gatey and more
More
the
like the
Shire.
Shire, and the reason the Shire exists is because all of Mordor is in that cave over there. We don't go there.
Yeah, the Mordor is like right next door, but that's fine because we can all be fun
Yeah,
bakers.
we keep out sign, and everyone listens to it.
Yep, it has gone wrong, and now the bravest adventurers in town need to descend below.
What is the mayor's name, Indigo? Would you like to read out loud the mayor's name?
Doug Dougal was attacked
Oh, Dougal,
by
owner
a
of the Dinsdale
dangerous...
Duggadome?
Yes, was attacked by a dangerous creature during his daily hike through the Plover Woods. And that has never happened before. Yeah, there isn't much. Okay, unfortunately, the defenseless people of Elmore, the village, have ceased hunting and foraging in the Plover Woods for fear of attack until the lure is reactivated. There isn't much to spare, so every bite in town is precious. Anyone venturing into the caves will have to hunt and prepare their own food while they're down there.
Just to check, they said ceased hunting and foraging, and that's all of their food. So there are no farmers.
No, that doesn't appear so.
This is a hunter-gatherer community that has still, like, every other ordinary profession that you'd expect in a town without farms. Am I getting that right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
The following mechanics are unique to this campaign. Everyday heroes have no access to starting weapons. PCs must choose Tier 1 starting equipment from the following table instead of the tables in Chapter 2. This is where you get things like a cleaver, sledgehammer, cooking knife, walking staff, rolling pin, firework launcher. I will send these as well, but it's more stuff rather than weapons. They also include magic things like an enchanted mop, which does 1d10 plus 3 magic damage as a two-handed weapon. So, like, they still crack skulls with these items.
Yeah.
They are...
These are angry mob implements, it feels like, more than
Yes.
military soldier
You
weapons.
Get armor made out of tree bark and baking trays and a leather apron or quilted clothing.
Okay. This might be too much for me.
Can
That's
we-
why I'm saying, that's why we're given the pitch.
Yep.
We're allowed to reject the pitch when doing campaign frames. That is literally, it does say it. That is step 1, is you pitch the campaign. And then if we don't succeed step 1, we circle back to a different campaign frame and we restart with pitch the campaign.
I actually am okay with it, but I'm more interested in treating it seriously rather than a joke, because I think as serious, there's some interesting things to go into here. A food scarcity is fun.
I'm not sure if the campaign treats itself seriously. That's what I'm worried about.
The only thing I'm seeing of the campaign not treating itself seriously as I read it is names. And that's just preference.
That's not... Doug Dougal is not just preference. I'm sorry, anyone who is named Doug Dougal, that you were named that.
So there is the improvised weapon list. There is also a big book of recipes. The party will create a cookbook together as they play through the campaign frame. Players should choose a small notebook. So just like a document, we type it up there. During downtime,
I'm back in.
there is cooking rules during downtime.
We're so back. We're so done. We're so back.
Every
Cooking
ingredient
rules.
the PCs gather have a flavor profile.
Cooking rules are my
which is
fishing rules,
determined
okay?
by 1 to 3 flavors that prize it and strengthen the flavors. So sweet is a D4 and weird is a D20. with salty, bitter, sour, savory in between.
This is amazing.
I'm so in.
Listen,
yeah.
I am
Wait,
down
this
for
is
this
a
if
2
we
on
just say
complexity level, and it has all of these custom rules.
Yeah,
I'm glad we didn't pick
You see
4.
why I was nervous about 4, okay?
Yeah.
4 might have killed me.
4 might have been like, forget dice. We don't need dice in this game. We're gonna, use
I
cap
think
guns to shoot each other with the Wild
I
West.
would be chill with this one if we just say we're from out of town and we don't have to redo weapons and armor. We just say
You
we're
want
from out
to
of
be
town.
grimdark? You want to grimdark your way into the caves? I mean, that's a I think the easiest. Like, I still would like us to do some adjusting to like tailor it to be like relevant.
Mhm.
If you want to not be from town, if you want to be the like grimdark adventurer guild sent in, and it's like to this happy-go-lucky town that doesn't have a
Yeah.
single guard around.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
we've
that
heard
makes
stories
most
of crime, but we've never heard like it's
What
it's
is
an urban
crime?
legend.
What do you mean,
Especially
Bob?
with our backstory,
Yeah,
which
we have
none
murder.
of them make
We have
any sense.
so much.
We have weird eldritch beings, and then we have the mob.
Yeah, it never it like yeah. This is a weird place. I'm gonna see
I'm
the
not
idea
gonna
now. I like the idea that somehow whatever magical lure is at the end of this cave also is affecting this town and like making it extremely like happy-go-lucky. So whenever we fix this situation, the town is now back to like real life, and everyone is like, "This is terrible."
Oh, I was gonna say it's sucking the evils out like
be.
the rest of the
Out of
monsters.
them.
The monsters in their heart are also leaving the village and
Yeah.
descending into the cave.
What if the monsters are really everyone's bad feelings inside of them, like that one episode of Rick and Morty, where it's like their toxic selves?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Okay, yeah, I think I like us being from out of town. I think I want to open my restaurant here in this town because they're wonderful people, but imagine how critical they would be of food here when they have nothing else going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you can open a restaurant here and make it work, it's like
You
can make
need
it
your
anywhere.
what was the mayor's name again?
Doug Dougal.
Doug
You need your
Dougal.
you need your Dougal and Star to get into this town.
Yeah, they. I like again. We've thrown around the idea of a game about like a small town like farming, like just petty contests and things like that. For a general other game, like a burning wheel small town HOA kind of nonsense game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like someone else is playing this within the same community.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're the weird out of town like adventurers that are coming to try and help fix their problem while also
Yeah.
trying to profit.
And everyone's
And
very
then
nice
there's,
to
like-
us by our standards, but like to each other, they're like
Then you
sometimes
got Bandy Vanderdash over there,
don't remind me.
and Timothy Tamervale, or whatever the other weird names were.
Yeah. So the campaign frame does have 3 player principles. We are immediately changing the first one. The first one is build on humble origins, and that's about being from the town. We have decided we are the grimdark adventurers who responded to the ad for help, which is, I think, a totally fair lead-in.
We might eventually
like,
get
this nice
infected
Yeah.
by the what's it called? Like
Yeah, you're gonna. I think
it's
as part
the
of that,
light
the
hope or
town
something.
should save you as you save the town.
Maybe
All
we
of
learn
y'all's,
to
like,
smile again.
Yeah, all
This
of
is
your
where we all
stories
settle
seem
down.
pretty bad and evil. Like, you worship a giant bowl of teeth that defends the heavens, and like your life is always on the line down in the Underdark. What if you had a good day? What if you didn't murder a person
What
and
if you just
strapped
baked a
your lid
cake?
to your body, and instead you just like hunted deer in season responsibly and shared it with the village? What if instead
just
of doing
make a
mushroom
pie.
frying, you make mushroom bread?
Mushroom bread.
But I
I thought
think
about that.
having some willingness to change with the things you're seeing and learning is like our version of build on humble origins for this campaign.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sort of like allow yourself to hope or something like that would be the new player principle.
Allow yourself to settle down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the next two?
Sorry, I'm just trying to allow yourself to hope. I have to go back in and I don't know how to spell allow. How many L's are in that word?
2.
2?
That might be the problem. The next one, slay and fillet.
Say that again?
Slay and fillet.
Slay and
Slay
fillet.
and fillet. Got it.
Have you tried eating it? No. Well, then how do you know it's not food?
I'm
Carrying a curious mindset about what we're eating is important.
Every time they think I get out, they pull me back in.
Yep. I worry that my culinarian experience might be too broad, but we'll figure that out.
I mean, it's culinarian, it's not monster culinarian, so...
That's true.
Yeah, you don't know where on the Hydra is the spicy venom and the venom that kills you.
Each head actually has a different flavor. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
They look identical, but taste completely different.
The next one is balance comedy in heart, and I think this is another one we need to like rethink, because we are as a party playing the straight man, and
We are
against me.
The setting is being the comedy, and we are being the straight,
Yeah.
which is the reverse of how usually this thing works with GM and comedy. Like usually the setting is all straightforward and serious, and the PCs are like, yeah, whatever. So
Comedy not being my
like,
strong suit, I'm good with this.
I mean, that's not. I don't mean like to make that the player principle, because that's not really a. It's not fun to say be boring as the player principle. So I do think we need to come up with a different, like, just another player principle that we can add in there.
right now it's balance, comedy,
seems...
and heart. I'd say heart still should stay.
I think the wording is what we're getting caught up on, but the feel is like...
I'd say the feel is mostly the same. It's just balancing in the reverse direction.
Yeah, just like don't like we are the straight man, but it's okay to be funny.
Let ourselves be the butt of the joke sometimes.
Yeah,
you are the heart element. Like, you can have feelings about being trapped underground for this, like, adventure. You're allowed to... I guess this is the other way. You're allowed to not be silly at the silly things. You're allowed to have, like, a normal reaction to an event. You don't have to have a, like...
Yeah. The humor
like,
would be that we are the only
reaction.
one being like, is anyone else seeing this? This is insane. And no one else is except us.
Like, that dragon is shooting whipped cream. What is going on?
That's wrong. Now, there's also GM principles. Make it delicious. Give them purpose. Create personal conflict.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about how we are adjusting that. We are keeping our scary adventurer weapons. That is fine. I will make an entry about the Beast Feast. We all see the notes and lore section on this campaign. I'm going to try to
Uh,
It's
let me
where
Uh,
I'll be
reload.
typing our like
Yes, I
specific
do. Once I refresh the
specific
page.
James,
stuff.
I've joined. View
Yes,
campaign.
now I see notes
Ooh,
and lore.
cool. Yeah.
I will.
This is a nitpicky thing on my end, but the button says notes and lore, and when you click on it, it then says lore and notes.
That's so specific.
Amazing.
No. Now that I've
That's a
seen
website
that, I
issue.
can't unsee it.
This is a real like north is actually west sort of thing. Like the Blaze
Uh,
in the Dark maps.
Right.
There are
Um.
multiple clip art mushroom chefs to
Ooh.
choose from for my profile picture. None of them are in any way representative of what I imagine the character looks like, but it's better than a not mushroom person at all.
Cool. So yeah, that is why. All right. So that's our player principles. We're we're gonna go over the rules for yeah. There's food rules. I will get those posted or sent to you as fast as I could. Wait, I'm overthinking this. I'm gonna do what I did the last time. I'm just gonna snip it again,
Yeah.
That's fair.
yep.
and then I will get them typed up in the thing.
Oh, yes, there's a night mode on this website. I finally found it.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. I am going to really enjoy the big book of recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There may be actual real life cooking things happening in this household.
Trying to make. Yeah. So trying to think what else we could talk about for the Beast Feast. Because I do think I should between now and next time actually sit down and write a couple encounters and stuff
That makes sense.
Mhm.
to make sure we have stuff to eat out of them. Because it's
Mhm.
not just attack the goblins.
I'd really, really rather it not be
Yeah.
attack the goblins.
That's what I mean. Like I can't just throw you against sentient people and have you eat them.
Unfortunately.
that would turn into the Donner Party real
Listen,
quick.
Yeah,
oh, oops.
that doesn't meet our play principles. That
Yeah.
doesn't meet the play principles.
I was considering having a weird sacrificial funeral rite that involves mushroom soup for the mushroom people within their own culture, but that's a different
Mm.
thing than murdering other people and doing it.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so we have what other notes? Sorry, I got distracted by all of the food rules. Um,
Good, everyone.
distinctions. Cave of Wonders. Yeah, so there's big magic caves. Um, we knew that. Cool. What's the other thing we have to look at? Oh, there's a couple session zero questions that are listed as well.
And we
And we
still
have
have
our
the connection
relationship questions.
question.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
and
also
the
have that.
relationship questions. Okay, so we'll go back to answering questions, and then we will reconvene next time
this is
when
the
I have
Okay.
a
this is a
adventure written.
mega dungeon. I just realized because it says in the thing like these plover caves are basically endless. They continue on for
Yeah,
hundreds of miles underground. Like this is a like I still remember what's the term for it's the opposite of grimdark. It's like hope bright or something.
Hope Punk?
No,
Uh,
it's very specifically like two positive things together. Like
Noble Bright?
Noble Bright. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like a Noble Bright mega dungeon, which most mega dungeons are basically horror adjacent. I've found.
yeah, so definitely going to be a happier mega dungeon. Not mega, but like a happier dungeon complex of caves, at the center of which is this magical lure that was cast down by great forest mage. Um, is it centuries ago?
Yeah, centuries
Yeah.
ago it said. It's been gathering monsters
Long
for
ago.
centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
centuries.
we don't know what that looks like. As in, I
I
think
think
it
that's what
says
we're trying to
somewhere.
get to, right? To like fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to. You're descending into the caves to get to the lore to turn it back on. So hey, is this thing on? Um, Over the course of the campaign, there's a list for the GM to answer about it. Of over the course of the campaign, we're going to find out how was the lure made, what was sacrificed to create it, why is its power started to fade, what will the PCs need to do to activate it again. So those are the big questions we're going to be answering in the background. While the silly monster eating is your day-to-day survival, like what you need to do to get by in the caves. Um, the goals of that are like we're gonna find out how it was made, what was sacrificed to create it, why has it started to fade, what do the PCs need to do to reactivate it again. Um, there is an inciting incident where you are sent into the caves for a specific ingredient for the town's alchemist. Um, so we have like the specific quest that you were sent to start with.
Okay.
So that's the adventure I will get prepped for next time. But yeah, so questions. What are our questions about each other? Um, how do we feel about Adventure Guild? I said the words out loud because it's a fantasy trope. We do not have to use it. How would we? So I guess the question that I have for the group is: there was a request set in by this town's alchemist to retrieve ghost scorpion venom from the Plover caves. The three of you responded to that request. What is the methodology by which you received and are responding to this request for help as a unit? Is it through an organization? Is it in the local paper? Do you have an agent?
Have we been working together for a while now?
I
Or are
like
we
the
just
local
meeting?
paper.
'Cause-
I like us having just met, honestly, in this case.
I like
Okay.
the
We already have
idea
a core
of
reason to be together within the adventure.
I like the idea of like we all have like an adventuring agent and they put us together.
We have a fixer, almost.
Yeah, we have like a fixer.
Yeah, there's an adventurer fixer who like gets who not a centralized organization, but someone's job is to comb the paper and talk to people in
Yeah,
town and compile a list to attract
like a
clientele.
headhunter.
Yeah. Okay.
Where they
I'm
come find
fine
you.
with this.
So we were kind of recruited. They took a cut of whatever apple pies that we get from this done.
Is the recruiter Doug? Is this just part of his job?
As
Well,
mayor,
Doug's the mayor.
I think he'd be too busy, but it could be like his
Yeah.
But they've never really
secretary.
had this
Do
person
you know
before.
how many
I was gonna
festivals
say,
this
the
town puts on?
The mayor is probably the most stressful thing in town. The most like it's just because there's no combat does not mean nothing's going on.
Do you realize how many parades the mayor has to go
Yeah.
to?
If he wants to keep his position, it's like once a week to keep morale up and keep the re-election going.
Disney. They have a parade every afternoon.
Multiple parades.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Not Doug.
Doug,
The mayor's secretary.
I could see Doug's secretary just being like, find
Yeah.
us some people to deal with this.
Because I feel like before they did not have this problem. They were not needing to do.
Oh yeah, it's like someone who's like, oh, we need people who can like fight things. Oh, there's some like wanted posters. They can fight things. That's how that works, right? At least that might have been what happened to me.
Oh man, we're all just wanted for something.
Yeah,
I
they
can
just don't
absolutely
have
see
any
that.
law enforcement or jails or anything.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, sure, come over here and deal with this. We'll pay you.
Because I am pretty sure I'm not allowed to go back home right now. If it still exists.
I like the newspaper angle though. Somehow, of that being
Okay,
involved.
so the town put out a request for brave heroes,
Yeah,
and
brave, hungry heroes specifically.
brave and hungry,
hungry heroes. Yep.
hungry heroes. Clearly, it was
That's our
alliterative.
campaign time. Our name.
I like how they weren't
trying
trying to be alliterative. They were just saying you need to be hungry, as in like for adventure, and then hungry as in like you want to eat. So that's
Yeah.
why they put it twice.
Perfect. But we have connection questions. Should we jump into those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was just kind of wanted to set the stage for like how you are literally connected, because we are going to start with next time with your arrival to town. You can ditz around town a bit. The alchemist wants specifically, yeah, scorpion venom. So we'll start with your arrival in town. So assuming that you had like had a couple days to a month that you have known each other on the journey here, depending on whatever these questions follow. You are not strangers, but you're also not necessarily the best of friends at this point.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But we're gonna start with your
work
arrival to
colleagues.
town. Yeah, but you're definitely like professionals with each other. You all,
Mhm.
in some form or another, have done professional adventure-y stuff,
We
which
did side quests on the
means
way.
that yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that gives us information about the world. That there are people whose job is to be professional adventurers, which is nonsense and ahistorical in every sense of the word.
Yep. Knight
Adventurer
errant
means
is the
you were
closest
rich.
thing, but still not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
But in this world, we have adventurers. It's a job. Your mom probably isn't happy about it, or is a robot. But
Yeah.
That's only half.
As long as you have life insurance, you can stress about it and be fine.
yeah. See, I don't think life insurance extends beyond visual
I was
range
gonna
of the
say,
office.
yeah, the life insurance does not cover death in dungeons.
Yeah, death in a magical cave is like criminal like negligence on your part of the policy.
Yeah, that's why. Well, the classic thing, of course, this is where the mushroom mob gets involved. Normally, people who die in dungeons will any of their adventuring party who survive will get the corpses out of there and say they fell like due to they hit their head while drunk in the middle of a tavern or something.
No
And the
one
mushroom-
dies at Disneyland
No.
style.
Yeah, exactly. And so
No one died in
part of
dungeon.
probably part of what the mushroom mob got, one of the many avenues they have influence in is, eating the memories of the corpses and finding out if that's actually true.
Oh my god, that the mushroom mob runs like a life insurance like racket.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Of course.
No, Iron Skillet wasn't covered under your plan. Sorry.
Yeah, so another opportunity for them.
You see, Cyclopses are covered under your plan, but that's actually a giant that only has one eye. So technically, that's not covered.
Cyclops.
Yeah. It's just a teen like tween giant.
Tween giant.
Didn't get a second eye yet. Cyclopses get one eye even as an adult.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first with their connection question?
I find mine hilarious just coming in from the last game. What friendly competition do we have?
So who is this connection with?
Uh,
Is that what it's?
I'm
Is that the
wondering if
context there?
yeah, I'm considering having this with our mushroom cook in this case. One of the things I had there was hunter, so I've been spending a lot of time cooking, like bringing it down and creating my food. I think my stuff is somewhat more basic, but I think I do some level of cooking as well. And
You call that
yeah,
cooking? I think I can take
preserving
that.
it
Yeah.
to eat later is good. Yeah. I'm sorry. What was your character's name?
Griley Funnel Feet.
Griley. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, no, we have you think yourself my cooking rival. Um, but I think I'll pivot and ask my question
Yeah, I think you're next. Yeah.
to uh, Jordan, your character. So Griley
Mhm.
Funnelfeet asks, "What did I recently convince you to do that got us both in trouble?"
Ooh, you probably convinced me to eat something that I shouldn't have.
Excellent. I don't think it's something I would have cooked. I don't see how that would have gotten us in trouble. It was probably like it didn't belong to either of us. I
I
had to
like
Steal a
use
the
my
fact.
third-party
someone's
taste tester.
windowsill.
Yeah, we did the equivalent of. No, it might not have been the equivalent of. We might have literally stolen a pie off of someone's windowsill. In this town, that's a thing they would just have everywhere.
You see, I
Before
was
you got to town, like you have not been to the
We haven't
happy-go-lucky
arrived
town of
yet. You're
Elmore.
right.
You see, I took it another direction of like one night we were in a tavern and I said I could literally eat anything, and you said, "Okay, eat that table stool then," and I did. like, like a
I like
Japanese
that.
game
I
show.
convinced you to
You
eat
said
something
you would eat
inedible
your-
and by therefore cause property
Did
damage.
you say you're gonna eat your hat if you lose or whatever, and then you lost?
Yeah, perfect. I like the idea that it's you ate, yeah, maybe you took a bite out of a chair or something like that. Like, it wasn't the whole chair, but you took a bite out of a chair. And then it turns out it's like the bar, the local, that we didn't know, of course, because we're traveling by, the local bar upstart's favorite chair. And so they and their gang picked a fight with us.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, my connection questions are a little. I don't think they fit this group very well.
Hammer him.
It says, or create your own if you want to create your own.
So I think I'll ask Marissa this one just so we could go in a triangle.
Okay.
What promise did you make me agree to should you die on the battlefield?
Yeah, you're right. That might be.
Well, I mean, I'll read the other two if you want. What do you ask? Why do you ask me so many questions about my god? Or you've told me to protect one member of our party above all others, including yourself. Who are they and why? I don't think that fits any.
I could
I
volunteer
see
that one,
what you
actually.
mean.
I have no combat skills. I'm totally interested in being like, no, please stand in front of me for all danger.
No, it says like above all others, even yourself. So like you're saying
Oh,
protect this person above you
I
specifically.
understand. I thought it was protect. I interpreted it the opposite way. Like,
Yeah.
And we're too small of a party for that to really feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Some of the questions are kind of wild. I'm just gonna read the sorcerer ones. Why do you trust me so deeply? Is the first one.
Mm.
Just flat out declaring another character trusts you very deeply, which is great. I love it. What did I do that makes you cautious around me? What do we keep our Why do we keep our shared past a secret?
Ooh.
Interesting. These are
See, the challenge
questions
with
are
these questions
hard,
is they're
but
a
these are
lot
all deeper.
darker than the campaign.
They tend
Yeah,
to
they
be
are.
darker, but they're definitely deeper. Like, we are already not just recently met, but have a established history is implied by these more so than we want. While we're still figuring out our characters ourselves.
Yeah.
Jordan, can you read your first question one more time?
What promise did you make me agree to should you die on the battlefield? Don't eat me.
Go kill off my friend, the one who made the oozes who killed my town.
Okay. Go. All right.
Okay, so
So
vengeance in her. Virsa,
Yep.
is your character? What pronouns does your
Yes,
character use?
we're going with she.
Okay.
We are going with she, her.
so kill there. I'm gonna put friend or kill her friend.
/ enemy.
Slash enemy.
She
Her
should
friend
never been
slash
playing
enemy.
around with those oozes.
Yes.
She was just playing slime
For
rancher.
I'm next, by the way. So
ooze stuff. Okay.
And then, yeah, I still think we might want to think about some other questions for that one.
Yeah, because my other two are
we
not
can
great.
definitely changing questions are in order and part of the game. Like it
Mhm.
explicitly says, write your own. To give us some more time to think about that, I'm gonna ask a couple Beast Feast Session 0 questions. What dangerous creature attacked Mayor Dougal in the woods?
Ooh.
So
Now, do
this
we
is
want?
like where all of the evils are coming from. So I like the idea that it's almost the reverse. Like everything here is noble bright, but like whatever that monster was just evil.
Oh, you want some grim dark nonsense?
It's the first time
creature?
they've ever seen Grimdark in person.
The
Like this.
easiest answer of tying this in is, again, you just say oozes. Ta-da! We already have this thing.
Well,
But
I was gonna ask, do we want it to be like silly monsters, like the dragon that breathes whipped cream, like stuff like that?
Yeah, it
I
depends.
vote no for
I
Okay.
also vote no based on
This
like
is your
how the
chance to
setup
set
is.
the monster tone. There isn't.
Yeah.
There is no monster list. This is the question
That
that
sets-
sets the
okay.
tone on the monsters. This is what monsters are we facing as the campaign question.
So
Like,
more
not
like
that you're gonna
actual
get-
grim dark monsters, like invading
Yeah.
Candyland
They
style.
get-
This is yeah. This is the tone set question for that.
The text says they get worse as you go down, so I don't think it was a full-on like scream and run for your lives, like just by being near it type of monster. Those are probably later, but it was probably something that was notably darker than the rest of the town. So I could see
I'm trying to think of like a low, like I put my brain in
wolves would
D
still
and
be
D
a
mode.
big shift. Just having a pack of weirdly intelligent and cunning wolves is still
So,
not what they have
tier
had around
one
town
out-
for centuries.
Adversaries are tiered. I'm going to assume if we're going with deeper monsters down below, it's a tier 1 adversary. That includes things like giant rats, giant scorpions, bears, acid burrowers. Yeah, there's plenty of scary stuff. Green ooze is a tier 1 monster. Like
I think
minor
you
chaos
probably gotta-
elemental.
I like the idea of him being attacked by a giant rat in the woods, and they're like horrified by that, and we're like, it's just a big rat.
Yeah, it's like normal adventuring stuff comes knocking at the door, and they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
Because they've
Oh, it's just a rat.
yeah, and then
An
as we go
ordinary rat.
deeper down is when we hit the like beholders and the,
mind
this
flayers.
question isn't just saying congratulations, you're going to get bigger levels of rats every single tier, right?
This is what is
No.
the tone of the monsters, I guess.
Yeah, this is
What's
like
coming
this
out of
is
the
like
cave?
Yeah,
Okay.
because if it's a different tone if it's a obviously it's not a robot because A, clanks are people,
Yeah,
and
Mhm.
B,
I
well,
do
robots
want.
are explicitly not people. If we're gonna get pedantic about terminology, robots are
They're sentient
specifically
beings, but they're not people.
no,
But
no.
clank.
Like the word robot refers to an automaton shaped like a human who does a
Oh,
task.
but clanks aren't robots, then, is what you're saying.
Clanks aren't robots.
Okay. And I
But
don't-
like for a cooking game, it's not going to be robot
Yeah.
monsters.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
going to be something you can feasibly eat. So probably not zombies.
Yeah. So it's something I don't want it to be too standard D&D, or it'll get boring to us. So I would say it would be something edible, something like
Mini rat rooster chimeras.
Ooh, like weird hybrids. I like.
cockatrices
Hybrid
kind of thing.
rat.
Cockatrices probably taste like chicken.
Okay,
We're
so
gonna
we've
go
got
for
little,
hybrid rat.
we've got the Avatar hybrid monsters.
Yes,
These ones
the
are just
Avatar hybrid
yes.
monsters.
Okay. And I think whatever's happening in the cave system is mutating all of these monsters and animals together. And so right now it's just animals, and later on we have merged D&D monsters.
Yeah.
So the answer to the question, what dangerous creature attacked Mayor Dougal in the Plover Woods? Hybrid rat, part rooster, part rat.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And that works out really well for a cooking game, too.
It's so good for a cooking game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. While your character is in the caves, who will they miss most back home?
Oh.
That's almost the same as my background question. Which is, who did I leave
I'm
behind
glad
for
you
my
have a
old
good
life?
answer.
I mean, I
Or-
already answered it to a degree, but yeah.
So you already have an answer. But if any, that's another one.
The person I want
Nope.
you to
Okay.
go murder.
If you don't have anything, that's fine. What personal life goal does your character feel they might finally be able to accomplish within the caves?
Restaurant, yes, weird.
You want to open a restaurant with these. You want to open a restaurant. You want to.
Eventually, I might turn the actual surface first floor of the cave into the restaurant and source my ingredients from the lower floors. That's my real
that sounds
dream.
cool.
But if I first came here thinking to open it in town, but now my eyes have been opened and my taste buds expanded.
Look, I'm just here to learn how to kill multiple different things better.
Mm.
You're here to maximize the murder.
I want to learn how to murder better so I can go take my revenge.
Yeah.
I think mine is more like these people need protecting, so like that's why I need to be here. It's like a very protecting thing.
Oh, your divine
There
calling
needs to
is
be
to
law.
protect. Your divine calling is to protect from unknowable evil far, close at hand.
Yeah.
So you want to shut up shop literally at the cave entrance for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like your deity is the eternal protector. You will be the eternal protector of this cave.
You shall protect.
It's a lucrative business. I kill the monsters coming out of the cave. I sell them to the Mushroom Man, who makes stews
You're
out
my
of
butcher.
them.
You're my.
I am your.
You're not my butcher.
I'm
You're
like
my hunter.
your meat purveyor.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone needs a meat guy.
Especially.
Whereas I'm specifically kind of setting up for here's beginning of character arc.
Yeah.
I'm not intending to actually end here and or leave.
Yeah.
Until you fall in love with someone in town and need to settle down.
Yeah.
Start your life there anyway.
Consider bringing back
Get
the
over
very hot, weird rogue guy who never appeared in our Dungeon World 2 campaign.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna link this to you guys in case you need other expanded questions.
He wouldn't fit in the town, though. Okay.
The next one I have is, why was your character so eager to leave what they were doing before and respond to an adventurer's wanted ad?
I know mine off the bat.
Yeah, mine too.
Some of these are dovetailing in a way that they should be pretty easy too.
I was gonna say, you two answer. I'll think about mine. It's sort of in between backstory and now for me, so.
Mine is very simple, that these people don't have any protectors. Like, literally none. So it's like, oh, where I come from, there's lots of other people who can hold the line. No one's holding the line here. I gotta do it.
Yeah. Can I hear the question one more time quickly?
Why was your character so eager to... I'm sorry, I'm changing it on the fly because it's assuming you're from the town. But it's, why was your character so why were you so eager to respond to an adventurer's wanted ad to go to this town to do this? Like, why were you so eager to drop whatever you were doing?
I mean, first off, my town no longer exists, so yes, I would like to do
the entire
other
town
things.
got
Second off,
slimed.
So this is the newspaper blowing on the wind when you're like staring at your burned out shack at the house, and a newspaper blows in front of you. It hits you in the face and says, "Here's an adventurer's wanted ad."
Second, I'm pretty sure that the people who survived the town attack are very much not okay with me having killed unintentionally a sentient person, so I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to go to their rebuilding town anyways at this point.
You were banished as well.
Yes.
So it's time for the proper protagonist training arc, and that means I need to go into other.
You're here to grind levels in this,
Yeah,
in this dungeon.
I very much am here to grind levels.
Perfect. I think for me,
Okay.
I left everything. I left my family. I left the mob life behind to be. I left my sibling. I left the love of my life to become a restaurant. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove myself. 6 months later, I'm working a dead-end job as a waiter in a shop, and the owner will not even try my recipes. I keep bringing in dishes to get the owner to even taste test it, and I think they're great. Won't even give me the time of day. I just got
that
fired.
dirt yourself.
Sorry?
You picked that dirt out yourself?
Yeah. I just get fired, I think, for something. I'm a good cook. I am not a great waiter. I think I don't think it's for the. I don't think I'm clumsy. I'm a rogue. I better not be that clumsy. I think.
I think it's opinionated.
Yeah, I think I
Like
keep
someone orders something you don't
suggesting.
like.
I keep suggesting ways for them to tweak the dishes that the customers like but the owner hates, that I do that. Or sometimes I will tweak the dishes for the customer in the ways they don't realize that they still like but the owner hates. And so I get fired after arguing about it for the
They
10th
come
time.
back, they order the same thing, it
And it's
comes
way
out differently
worse.
because you weren't on shift.
Yeah, that's exactly how I got found out again. I get fired, and then a newspaper hits me in the face while I'm walking out with my bag of things from my locker. I walk out onto them like,
Your stick and your checkered sack.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good
And
one.
yeah, the same newspaper hits me in the face.
So
More specifically, I think I don't see the ad for the adventure first. I see the ad next to it of job openings at a restaurant in this town at first.
Mm.
But to seed this a bit, I'm pretty sure one way or the other, I can't open a restaurant in this town without dealing with this adventuring thing first.
Well, the mayor has to approve your business
I was going to
license.
say, the mayor probably has to approve the business license. I also will need capital.
there's literally no food in this town, so opening a restaurant is badly timed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Supplies are limited.
I actually have new connection questions I
character
found on
question?
Reddit. Yes.
All right.
I saw that, yeah.
So,
Found ones you want to use?
yes.
All
So,
right.
Spencer, I'll give you the choice between these two questions. You tell me which one you'd like to answer. How did you know who I was before we met? Or you once told me never to ask you about something. What was it?
Ooh, I think the first one. So, what was the question in full? But the first one is what I'm picking.
How did you know who I was before we met?
I think you saved the life of someone that I have consumed the memory of.
Ooh.
So I saw you through their eyes of you paladin saving their life, and they still died. Maybe not from that, maybe later, or it was you tried and failed to save them. I kind of like you trying and failing to save them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see it happening anyways.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And for my next one, I think. Let me check the basic ones again. Yeah, let me look at the extras.
Is you're a rogue?
Rogue connections, yes. I like that one. Okay. What is a secret phrase we share, and what does it mean, Marissa?
Oh dear. I've got nothing on this one. Ideas?
Okay, I can do a different
Sorry.
one. You caught me red-handed once and never said anything. Why?
Okay. That one's interesting. Red-handed doing what and why not say anything? You're a rogue. Are you a thief?
I don't consider myself a thief. I only take what I need to survive. Sometimes I may break into people's houses, improve their food, not in a metaphorical poison sense, but in a literal sense. Take some as a like tip, and then leave. And they are definitely none the wiser why their food suddenly tastes way better. It will literally be like dinner is on the table. The parents are going to get their kids to the dinner table while no one's there. I'm like adding salt on top of their meat or something.
You sound like a reverse pickpocket. Okay, what red-handed thing would you do that is actually negative?
Actually negative. Um. So you know how I need capital for a restaurant?
Mhm.
I leave the food. I might not leave the coins. I might take those
Okay.
with me. I don't want them. I just need them for a future investment.
And I think that that's the answer. That's kind of what I was fishing for. Red-handed in taking those coins, and I think that I let you do it because I do see this matters to you to such a degree that I'm willing to let you get away with that because
Yeah.
you
I
need it
wanted it
more.
more than they did, so therefore it's mine.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, and for the question that I've got here to Jordan,
Mhm.
what threat have you asked me to watch for, and why are you worried about it?
Ooh. What threat have I asked you to watch for? I think a specific threat he asks you to watch for would be like he would name it, but I'm going to describe it. It's
Yep.
like a weird like Cthulhu-esque like alien thing, right? He'll like describe it and name it. It's just like all eyes and like have you
Yep.
played Skyrim?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to Himeris Mora or however you say his name?
Yep.
He basically says like look out for Himeris Mora. like
Okay, so you use a
void
name.
eyes tentacles.
All right.
You use a name for that entity, or do you use like a title?
I think it's a title.
Okay.
I think it's probably something like the Watcher from Beyond or something.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I don't think I heard it.
What threat have you asked me to watch for, and why are you
Hmm.
worried about it?
So
Why are you worried about it?
you're asking her to watch for some random Cthulhu being from
Yes.
the realms beyond. So you're just like,
Yes.
watch for this god level threat.
If I can offer a
Exactly.
slight suggestion, if I'd like
Here's
to,
the Sun Eater.
I'd like to, with everyone's permission, tweak it slightly to be food focused. So it's like the devourer of like something or something like that. Something
Ooh.
that's like, yeah, whatever it is somehow related to food or
The Eater from
consumption.
Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Eater of Worlds, but that's already a thing, and that's like a
Mhm.
Terraria boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bark. Something that's gonna eat the bark off all the trees.
The the
um,
mouth that must always feed or something like
Yeah,
he who
X that
drinks the
must
ocean.
Y.
the
Yeah,
ever
like stuff like
gnashing
that.
teeth or something. Well, gnashing isn't usually
Mhm.
eating, but yeah,
And I'm teeth. So
you are
Why
teeth.
is it?
um
Why is it that you're worried about this specific context with this dungeon? Like, why do you think it's going to be more likely to show up
The
here?
devouring void.
ooh, yeah. I think because maybe my god said like in like the weird crackling fire of my tusks when I throw them in for sacrifice. It said like keep an eye out, like
Okay. Divine warning.
yeah, from Divine Warning.
Always pleasant. Awesome.
Cool. And your third one?
I
Don't we only
feel
have
like,
one
I
each?
assume it's
yeah, let's just stick
one per
with one
person
each.
feels one for each other PC feels like tons for
Yeah.
me.
Heard. Cool. Couple more Beast Beast questions. What rumor did your character hear about the Clover Caves? I would like an answer from all of you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What rumor?
We each get a different rumor we heard.
Mm-hmm. I have the rumor that we aren't the first adventuring party to go down there, and the entire town is pretending to not remember of previous adventuring
Ooh.
parties. They're just like, no, you're the first, definitely.
This isn't like a false Hydra situation.
That's not my intention. I actually only recently read up on what that meant, and yeah, it's pretty horrifying. But no, my intention
Yeah.
is more just like, I don't think they really know how to, like, I don't think it's like a malicious to the town. I'm
Mhm.
gonna leave it to Indigo for the most part, but I think it's more just like, well, we need this dealt with. But the only reason they would have left it so late is to be entirely out of food. Would they probably tried others before us? So I think there's rumors that others went into the cave and never came out.
Cool.
I'm gonna make cooking a little bit dangerous. A lot of the different things that can be found at the cave are not just useful for cooking, but are also good for alchemy concoctions. Um, Maybe poisons. There's a lot of different things that can explode. This stuff can be used in many, many different ways, is what I've heard.
I mean, I am gonna say that is kind of common knowledge because the adventure is from the town alchemist to get something from the
Mm.
dungeon.
Okay.
Good point. Okay, then I will consider and
I'm just
rephrase.
saying, like that would be expounding upon that fact. But
Right. I
if you
have an
wanted to
idea if you want
introduce a
time to
slightly
think,
different,
Marissa.
Sure, I'm still happy to expound upon that, mostly because I have something
Okay.
relevant on my character sheet. So
Uh, I
but
think
that's
the
totally fine.
rumor.
But like that rumor is true.
It's a true rumor. Uh, the rumor my character heard but does not believe is that this is all a PR stunt because the town was losing like favor in the like weird rituals that they have or like the celebrations they do. So they
Yeah,
had to
the
go,
the
oh
mayor was
no.
running. The mayor was. Everyone's getting tired of the mayor's like daily parades,
Yeah.
and
And
like the
this is
his
like
mayor's the
a
daily
one who was
parades,
attacked.
which
So,
is after the daily hike that he does every day,
yes.
as we've seen.
mm-hmm.
It's to center himself.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have to
perfect.
rally around our
So you're
mayor and
saying
fight
this is all a big ruse to drive parade attendance?
Or to
to
specifically to get the mayor reelected, because election season's right around the corner. So of course this is happening
it's always right
now.
around the corner. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
It's some
it's
weird
14 months
PR
from now. It's
thing.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
all right.
Stuff like that. Like he didn't get attacked. This is just all coincidence. Like he's doing this for clout.
So that's a rumor you don't believe. You said.
Yeah, because if I
Okay.
did, I wouldn't come.
Yeah, fair enough. Um, the if your character is able to reestablish the lure's power, what favor do you plan on asking of the mayor?
I think that's obvious for one of us.
Yeah, some of us have answers. You would like your restaurant license, please and thank you. I do believe
I
it is
would.
our fungal friends' chief motivation from the mayor's
I would.
perspective.
Yeah.
What can the town of Elmwood do or Elmore do for you?
Could they help you find your enemy? Are you looking for them, or is it more that you just aren't strong enough to go back and?
Right now, it's I'm not strong enough. If they pop up later, will have lots of fun with that.
Well, if you're looking for ideas, there is an alchemist in town we already know for sure is there, so you could ask for their help specifically with like anti-slime stuff.
I'm definitely going to be playing with that. I mean, one of the experiences was experimental concoctions. Right now, I kind of like that the idea is nothing and see what we grow that favor into.
Okay.
Like, I'm
TBD.
happy to just, okay, I've done my job, I'm ready to go. My point here was to grind for the XP. That's all I needed. You already gave it to me, and I want to see how that'll develop as we go.
Magic bow wouldn't hurt though.
Wouldn't hurt. I think my character wants to establish like a church to his god here at the mouth of the cave.
You want to establish does your god have churches? Do they have watch posts? Do they have barracks? Do they have a shrine or a temple?
This is an entire church of dungeon delvers, basically.
Yeah, I think it's
dungeon
like
guards.
Dungeon guards. You're right.
It's an organization of dungeon guards with the divine tooth being at the center of their power.
It's called a church, but it's really like a divine guard post. Like he wants to set up like that holy area
Watchers
to
at
his
the
god.
rim.
Yeah, and then he'll either man that post or he'll train someone to man that post and leave or whatever. Like that's what he wants. Like a foundation for his god here.
Cool.
Amazing. Okay. Marissa, did you answer the second question? I think, did we miss an answer for you, or am I mistaken?
No, I've got two.
Not the connection ones. The setting stuff. Did you answer a rumor in the dungeon?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's just a very, very true rumor.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to revisit.
I'm just putting
alchemical secrets buried within within the Plover Caves.
Perfect.
My answer is just, hey, look, I want to focus on this, essentially.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no, totally. Alchemical secrets. You're going to be looking. You're already going to be picking up weird ingredients by default in this game.
Yeah.
As I do think an important point. I don't know if everyone had time to. I don't think so. To look over the
I glanced
at
it.
The food rules. There's stuff. The main crux is that you no longer have downtime actions. During downtime, players cannot. That's fine. That's what we're gonna play with. We're doing the cooking. You're already collecting ingredients. I think it's great that we're just gonna make some of them more alchemical, and you could be the person who is pouring the poison into the stew as your food contribution. Like, did you get the venom? Why is there venom in this?
You pour the venom, you eat the venom, and you inject the poison, and then you're fine.
Counteract each other in your stomach.
Yeah.
I will probably figure out what's the one place you refuse to go to not underground later, but I don't really think it's going to be terribly relevant. Just because I'm not willing to go underground does not seem effective in this setting.
No, it doesn't, and I appreciate your understanding on this matter. But, so instead of taking downtime actions to clear stress, clear hit points, or gain hope, instead you have one downtime move, make a feast. And that's where you cook. So all of your campfire scenes are cooking, instead of whatever else you would do to have the same, like, result.
Just checking, are downtime actions the same as short rest or long rest moves?
That's why I was bringing it up, because I do believe this means, as part robot, you can air fry on the go.
What?
Air fry on the go? Wait, what do you get as a robot?
When you take a short rest, you can choose a long rest move instead of a short rest move.
And there's only one downtime for long rest.
Amazing. So it's like, quick, get the portable Grillo. Let's make a meal.
You You can roll a burrito anywhere with whatever toxic materials you want.
That's
I love
amazing.
that.
Oh, I do like how it also says. So I was reading that the rules as you were talking about them, and you like match the values of the dice. So like if you roll a d6 and a d8 and they roll matching threes, that's worth 3. And you do that, you add all those up, and then that's like how much the meal rating is. So
And
if you
then
have
you
a
need to.
meal rating of 11, you can use that to clear 6 hit points, 4 stress, and gain 1 hope. Or another person can do it to clear 5 hit points, 4 stress, and gain 2 hope. So
Okay, so the
it's like a
literal meal
number.
rating you split between hope, hit
Yes,
point, stress.
per person. So like I could do one thing, you could do another, and Marissa could do a third thing.
I like that a lot.
Hmm.
I might
Traditionally,
see if I can port something like this system over to our Pathfinder game, because we would totally be into this.
Yeah.
traditionally, long rest options include tend all wounds, where you clear all of your hit point damage, clear all stress, repair all armor, prepare, which is the gain hope action, and work on a project, which is the something else.
Okay, so now it's just a matter of even if we're short resting, I'm cooking.
You can
That
cook even
is
on a
the
short
option.
rest, which is weirdly powerful for the robot there. And I
Yeah,
like that. That's great. That's awesome. You can just like whip together a Soylent Green like
it's like
scorpion
a
potion.
grill inside your palm that's like originally meant to be some kind of weird heat weapon, but now it's just a hot plate.
The other
So
thing I kind of like about this is the whole thing was a cooking rivalry of, yeah, just preparing food on the go quickly as you're
Yeah, I'm
doing
like,
things is just
no, that's
equivalent.
not how you do it. You need to
What do you? I mean,
marinate it.
as you shove an entire like uncooked like poultry leg into your arm, and out comes chicken nuggets from your palm. And it's like, where's the love?
oh my god. So my only question is because the only way I can repair armor is through a rest move, would I just instead spend the meal points for my armor?
No, the I feel like that's the one exception. Is that you
So I
can
just can't repair my armor.
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's the opposite.
There's short rest repair armor.
Yeah, so
there's
we can just
short
do
rest
it.
repair armor. My point is
Oh, okay.
the make a feast rules are they reduce it down to make a feast, work on a project, repair armor are your 3
Oh,
downtime for long
got it. Okay.
options.
I thought it was
There's
only you can only
Okay.
make a feast.
Yep.
sorry, no, there's feast, uh, work on a project, repair armor are
Got
your
it. Okay.
new downtime actions. And the like all of the resource replenishment options get turned into dinner time. That's
Got
like
it. I like
what
that.
the meal is all of your resource replenishment. Um, and that is kind of like the omni resource replenishment because you can pick where it goes and divide it how you like.
Mm,
So it's actually a straight upgrade on the like resource replenishment
yeah.
side. It's a
Yeah,
little bit sillier, requires some work to gather ingredients, but as far as effectively in game,
it makes
you can
sense. You spend
you
more
can
time to do it, and it's
off
an
everything.
investment, and it's effective is based on how much you do while adventuring, but there's a reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make monsters in this game, I think. But
Yep.
it doesn't seem that hard. Honestly, the monster rules seem pretty
If
pretty
this
doable.
is at least PBTA adjacent, and I saw soft and hard moves in this text, I suspect it's not.
This is like where Draw Steel was D&D 5e takes a hard turn into tactics. This is we take a hard turn into Power by the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
well,
Anything
I'm
else
out
you
of
want to do while we're
questions.
here? Okay. Our
Yeah,
characters
we
are
are
made.
good.
Our
I have
premise
plenty
is
of work to figure
established.
out the starting adventure where we go into the dungeon to retrieve giant scorpion venom. That's all I have, by the way. That's all they gave me. The thing
Yeah.
you're doing, and where you're doing it, and who you're doing it for. Um, I don't even think they gave
All
me a
right.
giant scorpion stat block, so.
I might start
They did.
sending
I
Indigo.
lied.
I
There
might
is a
start
giant scorpion.
sending you food-based monster ideas that I specifically
Ooh.
have pictures from video games about. Have you? Are you
Cool.
familiar with the Choya from Guild Wars 2?
No.
They are.
Oh, we have the Final Fantasy cookbook.
We do have the Final Fantasy cookbook, but that's actually a real. That's not edible monsters. But Choya are cactus creatures that explode when they
Ooh.
die into cactus fruit. It's great.
Yeah, so like monsters get ingredient parts based on hit points. There is a random quick ingredient table. For is it a beast, a monster, or something weird? But depending on how many hit points the monster has, it can be processed into X number of things.
I'm interested to see how combat works. I'll be reading up on that in between there. But yeah.
I think we have a good start to a campaign. We have some characters.
Yeah.
I will get that cave adventure set up. And I'm going to try to do my best to keep up with this little campaign tracker. So we have a little like living document about our weird cave world of wonders to look at. And yeah, no, we need to make sure we are, what is it called? Our book of recipes, our book of feasts.
Yeah, we gotta make a book of
Oh,
recipes.
absolutely.
The big book of recipes, we will need to be recording each and every one of our recipes and coming up with real time equivalents so we can have.
That just might be easiest to do in a Google Doc.
I'm
Like,
making
we
a
all
new
have access
Discord
to.
channel right now. Actually, right now.
A book of recipes.
The recipe
Cool.
book.
Yeah, but we need. It's an important living campaign
Amazing.
document. I want to come out of this with. All right.
There we go.
Yep. All right, we'll be back. I think we're all good next week. Are we all good next week?
I
As far
believe
as I
so.
know.
We'll
Cool.
probably be back next week because real life can happen
Unless
sometimes.
something happens.
With seeing this strange adventure, but I'm interested in it. We'll see how Daggerheart works in
Yeah.
play. Thank you everyone for watching. I've noticed all of you in chat. And thank you everyone who has been watching.
Cool.
We'll see how it goes. Take
Yeah.
care.